Hello, everyone, and
What a good start.
Look, just
hello, everyone, and
What?
welcome. We're the Smoking Dragons. We are never touch cars. It's day. Legends of
No one's
Arcadia,
breaking things.
episode Althea, season 2, session 12. Yo ho! I think I broke my cup.
we'll fix it in post.
They shouldn't break your figure.
No, keep it. Don't be a coward.
So, we are getting ready for more stuff and things. I know that's very vague. But let's go ahead and get in the recap. What happened last time? So, last we left our crew, they had retaken the castle in Carcassa from the vampire Count Corvash Grimaldi, and they had rescued a Kalashtar by the name of Encelion, and they were relaxing in a bath, having their quote-unquote hot springs episode moment. And as well as Iris communed with Coriolis and figured out that Coriolis is kind of, hands are kind of tied when it comes to the fate of either Captain Greeneye or Iris, whether Greeneye dies or not, because of having to revoke champion status. So Iris is dealing with that currently. So after that all happens and Sebastian, lets the guys know about his troubles with the whole torture thing.
Pops out with the comrades.
Yeah. When you're in that vulnerable of a position, you kind of just start, letting loose a few things.
Rico made us cut out the sword fighting bit, but
That would absolutely
when you
happen
got
in
the
a
dicks
fucking...
out with the dudes.
Yeah.
They're still trying to clean the bath.
Let's just keep this joke going. Cocks out with the comrades, dicks out with the dudes. I love it.
So then they reconvened the next morning and teleported back to Cordova in order to get some things together for some matters of state regarding Sigib's new title and preparing for Sigib and Soray's wedding. And Sigib was then named the Duke of Carcassa, and now they are prepping to head to Varia in order to speak with the dwarven chief there, Gorlok. So the preparations are being made, and Encelion is currently resting in the castle of Cordova, and you all have just woken up from a good night's rest, and this is where we return. Legend of Arcadia, episode Althea.
we picked up. Who was at the shop with me picking stuff up? That was
Iris and Bane.
Iris.
No,
Bane.
yeah,
Is
and
Cord with us?
Marian and Cord
yes,
went
and
to
Marian-
the library.
They're at
Marian
the
and
library.
Cord are at the Cordovan library.
I think we finished picking up our stuff. So have they gotten what they needed at the library? What were they looking for again? This is just me forgetting.
We didn't go to the library yet, I don't think.
Yeah,
We have not touched on
Oh, okay.
the library adventure yet. So let's go ahead and start with that. So Marian and Cord, you arrive at the library, and the librarian Cosette is at the front desk, just writing some things down. And as you enter, oh, hello again.
Hello, Cassette. How have you been?
Just keeping the books. What is it you're looking for today?
What were we looking for again? I don't remember. Well, I just, in character, don't remember.
Left my mind, and for some reason, I thought I forgot we had visited the Cordovan Library already.
Yeah, previously you had.
I think I want to go back to the book. I was looking at the last time. With all
The one that dealt with the pieces of Genesis?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you know where that book is.
Do I ask Cosette to get it, or do
You would just go get it.
All right, then. Well, I believe introductions have to be made between Cosette and Marian, I believe.
Yeah, if you wanted to do that, yeah.
Cosette, this is Marian, the newest member of the crew of the Courage. Marian, Cosette, librarian here.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, miss.
Nice to meet you. What kind of books do you have here?
We have the largest catalog of knowledge in all of Terra. So anything and everything you would be looking for, you probably would find here.
Okay. Well, what book are you gonna read? Cord.
I'm gonna go not retrieve, but go get the book we read the last time we were here, or I looked at about the pieces of Genesis and their connection to the downfall of society. I have a vested interest in looking up more about the staff. I want to see now if, after my experience with the staff, if there's something else in that book that if there's something else in that book that pops out at me now that I've had the experience with the staff.
Okay.
I'll ask her for books about like cults and more about like cursed magic items and stuff like that.
Sure. Cosette, Cord, you know where that book is, so be my guest. And Marian, books about cults and cursed magic items. Well, that is two separate parts of the library. Behind me are records of cursed magic items down this aisle here, and cults, I believe, are on the left.
Can you write that down? Gonna forget.
Sure. She just pulls out some parchment and
I already
writes
forgot.
it down and hands it to you.
Okay, so left and then down.
And then, so left is cults.
Uh-huh.
Behind me is cursed magic items.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'll go the closest one first, I guess. Would that just be behind her, right?
Yeah. So, Cord, you're able to pull that book is where you last put it which is where it was. So you're able to pull that book easy. And so you're looking for trying to read more into the staff.
The staff, or at the very least, if anything else jumps out at me, or that I now understand something after the experience with the staff.
Okay, go ahead and roll me investigation with advantage. And any particular cursed magic items what are you looking for per se, Marian?
The several that I was aware of at the camp, so that'd be the staff and there was something.
Then you're looking for the book that he's got.
Good God,
What about the other? Is that specifically on that cursed item?
It has its own book in a different section.
First roll was in that one.
So the book that Cord has, that's the one that you'd be looking for.
Okay, well then I'll go through the other.
Oh, God.
one. I guess he's not going to get anywhere with that box.
First roll was a nat 1, which is a 10 automatically.
Let me get my dice.
Second roll is a 2, making a total of 3 for a 10. So it's both 10.
Are you proficient in investigation?
No.
Then it's a 3.
Oh, 3. Well, see? I forgot.
Because reliable talent only works on things that you're proficient in.
Yep. No, it's intimidation, not investigation. I missed.
Scream at the book. Bend it to your will.
Oh, God.
Looking through the book, you don't glean any new information. But I can tell you that the staff originally came from Armesia. That was where it had been found by a wizard who went by the name of Thomas. And then the staff was found at in the Côte d'Oiseau at the village of Johnny Mark, and that was where it was last seen.
Okay. That was complete.
This is why I don't like digital dice.
It happens.
How about this? I'm gonna roll for you because physical dice are far more forgiving at times.
I said he's just trying to investigate the book, right? I can just read it too.
If you'd like to.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 of us.
Well, I mean, you said you were going to go for the other one.
Well, if he was there and if he would have said something, I don't know. If he would have...
I think he's in a different section.
No, is he in a different section, or...
Yeah, because...
Oh, he took the book and went to a different section?
No, he was already in the different section, because it's in a specific section dedicated to gods.
Oh, that was the first section I went to. I mean,
no, you went to the cursed magic items section.
Oh, so that one's not the cursed magic items?
It has cursed magic items in it, but it's dedicated to a god, so it's in the god section.
Okay, whatever.
Libraries are confusing.
You need to get the Dewey Decimal System up in this bitch.
I did have something else in mind to ask Cosette about this section.
Okay.
Oh, Cosette. Wait, why is it? That was a librarian from the first episode. I wrote her name and I wrote
Not the first episode, but
no, well, it was early in the.
It's like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I had notes on her.
Yeah, them coming back to Cordova to meet all the NPCs that you guys talked to in episode 5. It's been pretty awesome to come back to these characters again.
I was like, that's why it sounded familiar.
Take a wild guess who hit on them.
Well, gee, what do you know? It's probably Oscar.
So what are you going to ask Cosette?
Since I'm unfamiliar with it, I want to ask Cosette if there are any tabaxi related books in the God section.
Well, it's not tabaxi centric, but we do have a book on Legends of a Beast God. And it would be right in that section that you were just in.
Okay. You know what the title of the book would be, Cosette?
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
For right now, Marian, you were looking for. See, I already forgot
cults?
the second. Yeah, cults. Okay. Go ahead and roll me investigation.
Maybe specifically the one we're dealing with.
Cult of the Flaming Eye?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so... Oh, that's a horrible roll. Might as well just be just as good as his. 4. This is going a great library adventure so far. We're just so good at this.
Yeah.
Why did I come here?
That was just a straight roll, right? You didn't make it with advantage?
No.
You already have some information on Cult of the Flaming Eye since you've studied them, so I'll let you make it an advantage.
Okay. I realize I'm not good at investigation, actually. It's not a wisdom stat.
Yeah, it happens.
Sometimes
Okay,
you gotta
better.
make checks that you're not good at.
That's like Oscar all the time. Like, I'm always making checks I'm not good at. 17. That's better.
Okay, yeah, you find a book on ancient cults.
Okay. Does it say anything about the flaming eyes? Flaming eyeballs?
As you read the book, you flip through, there's a couple other cults that are practically defunct at this point, and then you get to Cult of the Flaming Eye. And it seems this book has had several addendums added to it since their recent activity. And some of their beliefs, and also adding an addendum recently as of, Sanix being dead. The most recent time. And it just explains that that the Cult of the Flaming Eye serve Genesis, and they're actively looking for a way to bring him back to the material plane, and they are actively searching for beings that can be his vessel. The book does not, however, indicate which beings those are, because they don't know. At least that's what you assume. And it mentions that their prominent leader, Sanix, was murdered by a motley crew led by Prince Oscar Armes of Armesia.
Oh, they already documented that in the books? Wait, how long ago was that? Does this have dating on it?
This was documented a few weeks ago.
Oh, they're fast.
Yeah.
Wow, pretty impressive. Okay.
It's a literal army of scribes.
They're just ready to scribe.
The Cordovan Library is the wealth of knowledge in Terra for a reason.
Is that all it says?
And a lot of the other stuff that you already knew.
Does it sound like it's already taken care of? Kinda. According to this book.
That one of their prominent leaders is dead, but
only a leader,
they're still active, and they're
How do you
actively
even-
searching.
How do you even get rid of a cult? That seems a problem. Okay, so I guess
I
I'm
like
done
the
reading.
fireball approach.
Well. So I stop reading the book and I close it and then I whisper, "Thank you, book." I don't know what else I'd want to even look. Oh, do they have any books on Tenebros? Or any of the gods?
They would be in the god section.
Oh, I want to go to the god section then. Isn't that where he is?
No, he's going to be heading back there in a second.
Oh, so now we're...
Cosette then says, I believe the book you're looking for is The Denizens of Cabotan.
Mm-hmm. Where's that?
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
I am gonna go take a look at the book.
Did I say denizens? I meant descendants.
It's not like she would know the word difference.
Denizens are that's people who live in a place.
Descendants or descendants?
Descendants are descendants.
So I guess I go with the god section.
That piques my interest. I don't necessarily know exactly where I come from in terms of ancestry and descendants. So I'll go get the book off the shelf, and does anything in this book jump out at me?
You find the book. Go ahead and give me an investigation.
A little moth.
And Marian, go ahead and give me investigation to look for a book of Tenebros with advantage. And I'll, yeah.
I get 8 digital dice are not on my side today.
What's your plus?
1.
Wow, you have
17.
I got a 19.
Okay. Get physical dice.
They're pretty cheap.
I used to have a bunch of sets. Well, they're buried.
Digital dice suck.
I mean, it's all just actually random. You saw how my dice sucked the other day. I won't say what it was, guys, but I rolled 3 ones in a row, and then throughout the whole combat, I rolled 8 or 9 or 10, maybe 10
We don't
ones.
know, but we're gonna do a counter.
I started like laughing and crying at the same time because I was rolling so many ones, and I switched between like 5 dice. It was actually quite traumatic. I wasn't sure what was happening.
RN Jesus was not with you that day.
Oh man, he abandoned me.
In this app, it's a I end up rolling a 19. Go figure.
So, with a 17 on investigation and a 19. Okay, so as you flip through this book, Cord, you realize that in speaking about Cabotan, it is said that he lives on in the primal realm, and he is supposedly the creator of all the beast races: lizard folk, Tabaxi, even Knolls, and all the other beast races. Leonin, and it is said that he is Arca's youngest child.
Is there any info on their champion, or if there's a process choosing their champion?
As you look, doesn't seem that Kabotan has ever had a champion.
And I think last thing I'll ask, is there any common thread between Kabotan and Genesis, and/or I might as well ask both Genesis and/or Sanax?
As you flip through the book, it doesn't seem that there's any correlation.
Okay.
And again, this is a lot. This book offers mostly speculation. There's no concrete evidence to support anything. I mean, dealing with gods, there's not really concrete evidence to support a lot of things. Which is why a lot of it is faith-based.
Finally, who would have the most knowledge about the primal realm?
It says in the book that the Leonin are, that a lot of Leonin tribes are very devout worshippers of Kabotan. However, an addendum was added to this book that the Leonin are practically extinct. They were recently wiped out by the Grand Cleansing. There is one known living Leonin, and his name is Redmane.
Hey. Then Leonins, just to what's the general description of them?
Lion people.
Lion people. Okay. All right. I close the book. I'm keeping that name at the back, or front of my head, wherever I keep things. And I will rejoin Marian if she hasn't already found her way back to me.
So with a 19, you're reading the book on Tanavros. What kind of information are you looking for specifically?
Well, I probably already know a lot about my god. I just want to know, like, more. Like, anything maybe I wouldn't know. Maybe something on... what did he not want to tell me about? I'm trying to remember.
Are you referring to why an ancestor of mine was cursed?
Oh, right. I wonder if that's in the book at all. Or if that's, like, public knowledge.
As you flip through the book, it talks about Tanavros and his commitment to the natural order,
Mm-hmm.
and Tanavros is not above cursing bloodlines for disrupting said natural order.
Yeah.
And the reason can be for a small disruption to a grand disruption. And Tanavros has cursed many bloodlines for doing things like that.
Does it have anything else interesting that stands out just in the book in general, or that's pretty much it?
No, that's pretty much it.
And I'll close this one and then whisper it to it too. Thank you, book. Gotta thank all the books that I read.
Yeah, Cord, you hear Marian go, "Thank you, book."
Box of books. People think I'm insane.
Do I hear him say that? You say that all the time. Am I
He
like?
definitely says it out loud.
No, I was gonna say books.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
If you want to, it doesn't matter. I don't. Shouldn't care. So, everything I'm saying is whispering while I'm in this over here with the books. So I turn to Cord. What are you looking at? Reading.
Oh. May have just grown one step closer to.
You gotta keep your voice down.
I'm one step. No,
I should. She would have covered your mouth if you did do that. Then the books will explode.
Cosette looks over and just goes, "Shh."
I blew a kiss at Cosette. No,
This is the second person.
I think I might be one step closer to finding at least at the very minimum who I am really, or where I came from.
You don't know where you came from?
I was, at least I was made to believe that I have a vague memory of only my father. I have one memory, and I don't even know if I trust it anymore because at 5 years old, I essentially became an orphan. And after that, I did what I had to do to survive, and then I found my way, or rather, somebody found me, and this is starting to slightly trigger Cord a little bit, because he doesn't exactly want to think.
Is this Cord? It's a good kid.
Not the same color.
I don't know what color is Cord.
Is that color?
Oh, who's a good Cord?
So yeah, Cord is starting to look a little bit uncomfortable, maybe even slightly triggered, because this is bringing back the memories of Grimm and everything that happened.
So then she'll just say, "You don't have to talk about it, Mr. Cord," and then she's like, "It's okay," and she gives him chin scratches.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Is that I I'm not sure which of those memories to trust now, ever since holding a staff, it feels like something was hidden away in my mind, and it's finally been unlocked. I think that's the best way to put it.
Then just trust the memories you make now. If you worry too much about your past memories, they're only going to torture you, so you should just go forward. Does your past, I don't know how much your past matters to you, but who you are now doesn't necessarily have to, you don't have to necessarily have to care who you were before.
That's the thing. I'm not sure how much of my past was created for someone else's benefit.
Yeah, that person that created your false memories is still active then, and you want to know the truth?
I want to know the truth, yes. They are not active anymore, at least I think. Nothing's ever for sure. But if I know who I was, I can have a clearer vision of where I'm going.
I don't really get it, but I guess whatever makes you happy, but remember, don't let your pursuit of the truth consume you too much. You don't want it to torture you too much. You seem to have a lot of, traumas that seem to come up from these things, so you should just be careful. Remember, you have all your friends and stuff, so you shouldn't have to handle it alone, you know?
Thank you, Marian.
Yeah. And she's just, I don't know what books to read anymore. Did any of you guys cook?
Yeah.
Is anyone on this crew good at cooking?
Sebastian is the crew's cook.
So he
Unofficially.
Unofficially.
So he knows how to cook.
He's part of the crew now. He got signed on. He's officially the cook.
Oh, did he? Can't remember if he.
Okay.
actually
Oh,
signed on.
This was
Yeah.
third episode, I want to say.
did they let you borrow books at the library, or Cordovan Library only lets you
I mean, it wouldn't be a library otherwise, would it?
Well, what if we checked out a cookbook for him to cook us new good food? What kind of food do you like?
No one's ever asked me that before.
Oh,
I think it was fruit. Oh, it was blue.
like a blueberry?
Oh, what do they call it? Apple.
That's
Blue
not
apples.
blue apple. Have I ever seen a blue apple?
Mm-mm.
Blue apple. Can you pick something simpler? I don't know where we can get blue apples. Well, what kind of... Well, you like blue apples, so fruits. Maybe you'd like other fruits, or what kind of main dishes? What kind of meats do you like? Fish? Do you like beef? Do you like pork? Do you like
I have a tendency. One of the things I do know about my race is that we do tend to like fish a bit more than most.
Oh, really? I would have never guessed. That's cool though, but there's lots of fish dishes. Do you like spicy? Do you like sweet? Do you like savory? Salty?
definitely savory. Maybe something that stays in my paws for a couple of days, so I can. No, I'm kidding. That part.
That's
that
a little.
that part's
I want it to be true. You just save it for later.
But ooh, yes, savory fish.
Okay. And then she's gonna go to Cosette. Marian's gonna go to Cosette. Psst. Cosette.
Yes.
Do you have any books I can check out for like cookbooks on like seafood dishes?
Our cooking section is over here to my right.
Okay, thanks. So I'll go to the cooking section. I'm gonna look for like that seafood book.
Investigation.
Can I? That's not good.
What is it?
That's 6.
DC's not high.
Okay.
So you find a cookbook on.
I'd have to roll a 1 to not find it. Is what you're telling me.
This all looks like food. What are these cookbooks?
Yeah, basically. Like, I don't know how to read.
You find a
No book falls from the top shelf, just knocks you out.
you find a cookbook that is labeled Cafe Lazimu's specialty fish dishes.
Okay, this one. Can I like quickly flip through it, see if it has like.
It has a lot of different ways to prepare fish.
Does it have any hand drawings of like what the final dish would have looked like?
Yeah,
Since there's no photos.
There's artist renditions of what
It's
what the
human.
food looks like.
Pictures. Okay, so I'll go to Cosette. I want to check this one out, please.
Of course.
So how does this work?
Writes down your name. All right, that'll be 1 gold piece, and you get it back when you return it.
Okay. So I'll give her a gold piece.
No library cards, but it's collateral.
Yeah, but I could see a lot of people just not caring.
Go on, take the book and run.
Yeah.
See, that's why half the scribes are paladins and they hunt you down.
In the name of the books, I will bring you to justice. What are you your oath of? Oath of the library. Gotta
Oath of the Scribe.
oath of the scribe. There you go. What does that mean? Oh, I punish people for not bringing their books back. That's cool.
A librarian paladin.
Honestly, that'd be pretty sick. Is that oath of vengeance?
You really know how to cook the books.
Next
So,
one shot I do. Oath of the Scribe.
So you guys find your cookbook and you leave the library, and at this point you meet up with the others as they are walking back to the palace. Or the
Hello.
castle, the palace.
Where is the Sebastian guy?
He
Oh.
should still be in the castle.
Yes, I don't believe he came with me, so.
I gotta give him this cookbook so that he can make us even more delicious dishes. Since I heard he's the cook. I didn't know who was cooking the food, I was just eating it, but like it was pretty good.
That's why you went to the library?
No. This just was something I got extra. I don't know why I went. Honestly, I forgot already, but I got a cookbook.
Sebastian's always looking for new recipes, so I'm sure that he'll be pleased.
A new recipe.
I've come up
Maybe
with a new recipe.
Maybe he could teach me how to cook. I only just kind of ate stuff raw a lot when I was traveling.
He taught me how to cook. I'm still not very good at it, but he taught me. He'll probably have a better student in you.
Oh, maybe, I don't know. It was hard to find books. I don't know if I'll be able to find the right utensils, because they are like, all the cooking thingies look the same. They're like, oh, get that other knife. I'm like, which knife? They all look the same. Oh.
Considering how ruthless he can be when he fights and is sparring with you, as I have learned, he's actually a rather patient
what you
teacher when
kids
it
call it
comes to other
nowadays?
things.
Sparring?
Look, there was other sparring too.
What? What is
Just
that?
many variations of sparring with Sebastian.
What
But he's
what does that mean? What kind of variations are there of sparring?
Well, there's some one person ends up on the back, some one person ends up against a wall. Sometimes there's water involved. It all depends on the day, really.
Oh, wait, that sounds kind of fun. Can someone do that with me? That would be.
Oh, I'm sure that you can find a willing partner anywhere. I mean,
So I just
Lord,
go up to
have you been
them.
looking for a partner for that kind of sparring?
So I'll just
What
go up
one?
to them and ask them if they want to spar, and then I'll say like the on your back kind and the water kind, and they'll know what I
Don't
mean.
forget the against the wall kind.
Against
that
the
one
wall.
too.
Okay. She's gonna-
Sometimes if you find a very spicy sparring partner, there are ropes involved, so be careful.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of hard work. So she's like writing this down.
It very much can be hard work, depending on how tight the rope is.
So what do I look for in a partner? What is that? What kind of person am I supposed to be looking for the sparring?
Oh shit, Gunny's getting on it already.
Wait, what?
He's got rope!
Do you do sparring too?
No, I just spent 12 years on a ship.
Although I'm sure Princess Saray will quickly find out how much sparring he can do.
Oh, what about you guys? Do you do sparring? She points at Bane and Cord.
I've been known to spar in my time.
Your time.
Bane's like ears are blushing.
What
Ears
about
going
you?
purple.
I've been known to spar a bit.
Does everyone understand this except for Marian?
With consent, of course.
Yes.
Oh,
I was
That
going to
answered,
say,
that answered your question.
I see. Consent. Okay.
although
Hmm.
Sebastian and I were enemies for a while, so one of the versions of sparring, and she kind of glances around at everyone, didn't involve consent. It was more of a surprise sort of scenario. But that was a different kind of sparring. More of the we're going to kill each other sort of sparring.
When I monk sparring.
I don't
I
really.
feel like we should stop being a bad influence on Marian. This is
So what? So like I said, what kind of person am I looking for?
It's very subjective, as walking and talking. It's very subjective. It depends on if you're the one who would like to initiate the blows, or if you want someone to
The blows.
initiate the blows on you.
I see.
Someone who's got it made, Marian.
I think we broke the DM.
Got it made.
There are some people who prefer to have a sparring partner that, when victorious, puts a boot on your neck.
I see. What? So where's the water coming?
Bane is nodding
that's,
furiously at this sparring
the
partner.
ocean.
Yes. Seals are very good at the ocean sparring or the water sparring. I would ask Bane about that. What do you think, Bane? How would you do that?
Carefully, and with a potion of water breathing handy, just in case.
Fair enough.
Wow, you guys are all professionals. I kind
Oh,
of
absolutely.
Nah,
Bards tend to be very good at this kind of sparring.
you might say we're the oldest professionals.
Did I so does everyone, do we know that like Oscar is a bard? Because I was reading about the book in, I don't know if it mentions like what they do or like how much do I know about that from what they said.
It doesn't say in the books that you've read. If you read a book about Prince Oscar, you would probably know that.
Well, oh God, what
that
kind
he-
of fucking
that he
slander?
that he went to a bard college.
Yeah, well, at least he went to college. There's no
Slander,
need
and
to-
it's just nothing but objective scholarly fact.
Well, that's good. There's probably some opinion pieces, I'm sure.
Many addendums.
Oh,
Your
no.
Honor, I object. On what grounds? The truth is damaging to my case.
I am going to sue for defamation.
Just
Okay,
saying.
I shall say bards. Bards. Is that like a requirement?
Not a requirement for every college. The two that I went to, the first one didn't quite encourage it, but was okay with it. And the other one, it just happened. Regretful time in my life.
Oh, I see. I'm learning a lot today. So where's the best place to find sparring partners? Just everywhere?
I don't know. Usually a tavern. You can find somebody willing to throw hands.
A tavern.
Taverns
But
are very
they're not
good for
always
sparring
the
partners.
best. Sometimes it's the friends you make along the way.
Oh.
True.
Wow, I have so many experienced friends. So wow, I've learned so much. Oh, next
You
time
could say
we go
we
to
are friends with benefits.
Oh, friends with benefits. Is that also something you want a sparring partner?
Oh, I mean, friends that have
Depends on how
benefits can be
serious
very good
you
sparring
want that
partners.
sparring partner to be.
Next time we
If you
go
only
to
want them to spar with you and no one else.
Or
Really?
you could spar with multiple people?
Oh, yes, that's
Yeah,
true. If everyone
yeah.
agrees.
Can you
You'll
spar with
all-
multiple at once?
You'll always
Absolutely.
want a gang.
Absolutely.
You always want a
Oh.
gang
Takes a
to
little bit
bang
more
around
practice,
with.
but
So I should start with one and then work my way up.
Yeah, get a feel for it. Yes.
Okay, next time we go to a tavern, I'm gonna try.
All right. I will happily encourage you. You just give me the signal. I'll play some mood music for you.
Just be willing to stretch your expectations.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, you don't got a saxophone in that bag.
It's okay. I've got the Mac McMunna, the sexiest instrument alive.
Oh wow, thanks
I
guys.
still don't know
Okay.
what
meanwhile,
that is.
while we were corrupting the
It's the cittern.
Oh, yep.
What's my charisma? It's okay.
Meanwhile, while we were corrupting the, I don't know if there's a mind to corrupt. Of our new friend here, we are burning daylight, and
I mean, we've been walking this whole time, Gunny. What? Do you
Yeah,
want
you
us to
guys-
jog there?
You guys just arrived at the castle.
well, no, we're going to want to probably teleport out even before first light, because when we arrive at Carcosa, they'll need to, prepare horses and things like that for us to leave, so we can leave at first light. So if there's anything else that we need to get done today, need to do it fast.
Well, I have to go see Anselium.
I mean, if you want to say hello before we go to sleep, that's fine, but honestly, the physicians in Áedgen would probably prefer you not get in their way while they take care of him.
I think Alder just needs a friend.
We're going to at least have a fancy dinner
he
before
doesn't
we go.
he doesn't think that. So
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to work out.
Maybe if I'm sure he has lots of like complaints, maybe he just needs someone to listen.
Bane, I feel like you want to say something. You gave
Bane
that
doesn't
look.
give a hoot about what the physicians want. She wants to make sure that he's comfortable and not freaking out.
Oh right.
But I finished everything I need to. We stopped at the shop. I picked up my new coronet. So, anybody else need to finish anything else up today?
The only
No.
pertinent information I had, I already.
Oh, I need to go
told.
give Sebastian the book. Or you can give it to him when you guys spar, right? You guys spar every day?
You know, heat is always on his mind while we're sparring, so I will absolutely do that. Thank you. I'll take the
Okay,
book.
thank you. So, Marian wants to go talk to Aldrin.
If you can find him.
Well, if she'll just walk around and call out his name and hope that he appears.
Just go, Aldrin! Aldrin! Okay. You do that for about a half hour. Do you continue calling for him?
Does anyone know? Does anyone know where he is? It's like,
Did you make that?
Yes.
his crown.
Because he's gonna be king.
Well, specifically, this is a coronet, like no arches or anything, because
He just can't wait.
Where is it?
King.
Of the
he's a
north.
duke.
Well, I mean, I'll see. Is there any like people around I can ask if they've seen Aldrin?
You just see guards just walking around.
Do you guys see Mr. Aldrin?
No.
Are they telling?
Something?
Yeah, I need to ask him something important. Do you guys know where I can maybe find him?
He might be in his tower.
Where's that?
Down that way and up the stairs.
Marian takes his hand and shakes it. Oh, thank you so much, kind sir. Thank you, thank you. And
You're
then she's gonna go to the tower.
All right, you walk up the tower and the doors open and you do see him in there just fiddling with something.
What are you doing, Mr. Aldrin?
Get out! And he magics the door shut.
I just can we talk? I wanted to ask some questions. Please? Oh.
He just peeks his head out the door. What?
Can I come in?
No.
Do you like tea or something? Maybe we can sit down and have some tea.
I make my own tea.
I can make it. Please.
What do you want?
Company, and I just want to talk. I have some questions.
About?
A lot of things. Do you have some time? Just spare me just a little bit.
Roll persuasion.
I'm not Oscar. It doesn't work every time with my. I can't just have good persuasion.
Before they roll, can I say that I gave them Fortune's favor and knock off a spell slot? Because they've been wandering around for half an hour. Just kind of been like, there you go, before you leave.
I mean, it's
allow it.
Okay.
So what does that do?
It essentially just gives you a second roll. Treat it like a point of luck.
Do I have to? Can I keep it if I don't need it right now?
As far as I'm aware, you can, yeah.
Okay, well, I don't need it. I rolled a modified 20.
Come in. Just hopefully you don't take too long.
So what are you up to? Thank you. So what does it look like in here?
You've seen it before when you were teleported in, because the teleportation circle is just behind another door. It is a decently decorated room. It has a lot of little alchemical stations. There's also a bunch of scrolls. There's a very unorganized work desk that he usually sits around and just fiddles with things and does research.
Is there a chair it looks like I could sit on somewhere or something?
There is one chair and it's at the work desk.
That's his chair, so I'll just stand, I guess. It's not. So sorry to disturb you. What are you up to?
I was busy researching.
Researching what?
Doesn't matter.
Well, do you need help, or do you just do it by yourself?
If I needed help, I definitely wouldn't go to you.
Do you ever need help, though, Aldrin?
No.
I didn't think so. So...
Only to cure my insanity.
So, what do you know about, so I went to the library and I tried looking up stuff about the cult, and stuff like that. Do you know
The cult is very vague.
Okay, the
Which
cult of the
cult?
Flaming Eye. The one that's
Oh.
currently at large. I read about how the motley crew, led by Prince Oscar of Armesia, took
Yeah,
out one
dipshit.
of the... You don't like him, I don't think.
No, I don't.
Do I think he's telling the truth?
Insight. Logic being very meta right now.
Nope, I rolled a 1, so I wouldn't know.
To your knowledge, that was straight, just how he feels.
No, I feel like he would have just felt like he actually feels like that. Sometimes I wonder how Aldrin really feels. But, oh, okay, well, anyway, however you feel about the Prince of Armesia is whatever. But, They took out one leader. I'm assuming the cult's still very at large, and it could be a problem later.
Cult's very disorganized right now. They're all over the place. They're in Althea. They're here. According to some of my intel, they're even in the ruined kingdom of Adalas right now. There's plenty of problems with them. So, is that it?
Well, do they have like certain areas you think they're gonna hit, or are they not like a cause for concern right now?
Again, they're always a cause for concern, but again, they're very disorganized. It would take somebody who could tell the future to be able to figure out where they're gonna hit next.
I see. I was just wondering if you had any information on what we're currently doing. We're also gonna deal. Actually, don't know where we're going next. But thank you for taking some time. I mean, if there's not anything else like that you maybe have that would be useful to me and my venturing party, then I'll take my leave. I don't want to take too much more of your time. I apologize for barging in. And also, Aldrin, if you like me ever need anyone to talk to, like, I'm willing to listen and just not talk. And just listen. Like, I don't know, you seem stressed sometimes and everybody bothers you.
I'm glad you noticed.
Well, yeah, it's very obvious. So if you, like, ever need anyone to talk to, just, if I'm around, I'm willing to listen to all your woes. I'm sure it would help not bottling it up. But yeah, enjoy your tea and stuff. What kind of tea do you like, actually? Just curious if you had a recommendation. Because I like tea too, it's yummy.
I usually like tea with milk.
Oh, so usually black teas are probably good with milk. Oh, that's good to know. I gotta try that. Okay. Thanks, Aldrin. I'll go. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Again, sorry to intrude on your time.
Yeah. Hurry up, get out of here.
Okay. And she'll just leave. There's really no getting through to that guy. Maybe he just needs a hug. And when she left, she was saying that to herself, basically.
All right, Bane, you are going to check on Incelion.
That I am.
And as you get to Incelion's room, there are several physicians there who are, just checking him, cleaning his wounds, and they have him kind of turned over. They're trying to be delicate with his back, as it has those runes carved into him. They're just doing a lot of cleaning right now. There's major infections built up in his back because what the physicians suspect is that they did not use clean tools when carving those.
Is there any food in the room?
There is some fruit and some meat.
Is it like cut up, or is it just like on a plate?
It's like shredded.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of knock a little bit and see if anyone turns around.
One of the physicians turns around and she says, yes, can we help you?
I'm here to see him.
He's not able to see anybody right now. We're taking care of him.
Did you take out his eyes?
No,
Okay, then he can see me. She's
Well,
gonna
no,
walk in.
We need to make sure that his wounds are all cleaned.
Okay, you can keep going.
And they just continue doing what they're doing.
Bane's gonna kind of check the food out and... Did you want any of it?
And Celion just looks up weakly. Oh. Hey. Sure, I'll have some. And he moves his
Is he like
arm,
in a
he moves
sitting
his arm
position
and
or?
no, he's like laying on his side. He moves his arm and the physician goes, "Stop that. Don't move." And he's like,
She's gonna come over and like.
Choo-choo.
Here comes the flying ship.
Yeah, we don't
So,
know what
hey,
trains are.
"Here comes the pirate ship."
Are you feeling any better?
I mean, this bed is nice.
Yeah, and the clothes are nice too, right? Soft and warm.
Yeah. Thank
And
you.
the physicians aren't like hurting you at all. And she's like giving them a look.
They're like, Let's go. Well, they're doing their best.
That's good.
How are you feeling?
Oh, cleaner? I feel like my mind is a bit better.
Well, that's good.
Just gonna like scoop another spoon to him. So, we're gonna be going for a little while.
Where?
But, oh shoot, I've forgotten. Bane would remember.
Varia.
Thank you. We're going to Varia.
Oh. I don't know where that is.
You know... Oh, okay. Well... If you ever need to talk to me, you can always find someone to use sending, I think.
Sending. I'll remember that.
I don't really have another sending stone to give you, and she's gonna kind of look at the little one that she's got from Vincent.
He moves his hand again to like put it on your shoulder, and after he does that, they're like stop moving.
Give him a minute.
They kind of pull back, and he's like, "Sorry, just thank you." And he just like kind of like rubs your shoulder.
She's gonna give him a pet on the head. It's okay. You'll do better.
And he just passes out.
Oh. Look after him. She's like deadpan. Look after him.
Of course, of course. The medicine just finally kicked in, and so he's out now.
If I hear anything bad, I will be back.
Okay.
That's not a threat. I'm just letting you know.
Sounded like a threat.
I wouldn't threaten. And she's like, does like a bit of a movement, and she's got the dagger hanging from her wrist.
Uh-huh.
Besides, there's so many guards here.
Yeah, there are.
And they're all gonna be looking after him too, right? Gosh, you guys are so great. Still deadpan, like no smile to her face.
I am happy you think so.
Keep up the good work, and she's gonna like pat him on the shoulder again with the arm with the dagger, and then walk out.
All right. Is there anything else that anybody else would like to do before we move on to the next day?
Just exploring. I was just gonna wander around by herself. Doesn't need to be a scene or anything. Just seeing the sights.
Gotcha.
Bane's gonna find a piece of rope and practice her knots. She doesn't want to get rusty.
Okay. So after that, the next day comes, and you all meet up at Aldrin's tower. And you are prepared to use his teleportation circle, so you don't have to use your chalk, Sigib. And you guys...
I mean, I would just take one from Althea anyway if I needed it.
Yeah.
What's he going to do? Tell me now.
It's fair. And you guys are teleported back to Carcassa, where you...
Summon the new captain of the guard, whatever his name was. Can't remember. Was it Brian?
Luther. And he prepares horses for you.
How far is the journey? Was it like 2 days or something you said? I can't remember exactly. I'll just have him prepare horses and provisions for...
It's roughly 2 days.
For the trip there.
So your provisions are prepped, and you guys ride out towards Varia. And after 1 day of travel, it is time to make camp, and it's time for watches. So who is taking first watch?
Well, did we lose logic? I'd say I could do the first one with Marian and give her the diamonds that I promised.
Okay. Logic, you there?
Third watch it is.
All right, so who's taking first watch?
I'll take it.
Okay, there you are.
Oh, there we go.
Yes. Who we're waiting for.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Okay, who's gonna take first watch with me?
Sigib is.
Okay.
All right, both of you roll me perception.
Perception is just a straight roll for me.
I left my phone in the room when I went to the bathroom, so I didn't even
12.
see your text. Let's see. Perception. Uh, 18.
Okay. It's a quiet night. All that you hear and see are just some nighttime critters just scurrying about, and there are a couple owls that just fly by.
Certainly is a quiet night. Nothing going on.
What I liked about these woods.
Mr.
Once you
Sigby... Oh, go ahead.
Well, when we get closer to the mountains, they'll start to thin out a little bit, but...
Oh. I like the... So are these woods, like, pretty lush and green?
You're on, like, the edge of, like, the Arbora forest. It kind of, like, it starts to thin... The trees start to thin out already. It's not as dense as the Arbora forest, but it's still quite a lot of trees around.
I like when there's lots of trees. It's nice. Oh, I went to visit Mr. Aldrin. I'm surprised he let me in his room, but I was only there.
I figured he would have rigged the door to explode.
Well, he closed it on me, and then I asked him very nicely if I could come in. Apparently, he likes his tea with milk. That sounds good. Oh, should I have asked Mr. Aldrin to spar? I didn't think about that.
I'm not sure he's the sparring type.
Oh. Can anybody become a sparring type, or is it only certain types of people?
I mean, I suppose it goes both ways. Some people just aren't inclined to it, but...
Not everyone likes sparring,
you can
I
learn.
guess. Oh, maybe Mr. Aldrin can learn, but I need someone to teach me first. He seems... I don't think Mr. Aldrin's actually not that bad of a guy. I'm not sure what his problem is, but... He really hates the Prince of Arvesia for some reason, though. I don't know why. Well...
Probably because he guess, technically cursed the princess. That, and from what I hear, he's just generally insufferable.
He cursed
Makes
the
things
princess.
difficult for those around him.
Oh, why would he do that? It doesn't seem very hero-like.
I get the impression that the prince is the type to to act first and think second. And that was just their knee-jerk reaction to trying to solve a problem. At least that's the summation that I've gotten from the princess.
So what kind of curse was it?
Apparently cursed her to sleep forever.
Oh. Well, it seems like she's out of the curse. How come?
Somebody managed to lift it.
Oh.
This is me just not remembering entirely. Who did they have?
The
It was
remove the curse?
Bowhammer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the faux hammer was able to remove the curse. So.
Oh, well, I wonder why he cursed her to sleep forever. It seems kind of evil. I don't know.
Apparently, Sanix was trying to possess her, and that's literally the first thing that they thought of doing, and
Oh, to put her to
so that's
sleep.
what they went with.
To put her to sleep so that he couldn't curse her.
Apparently.
Don't you think the prince would have had control over the curse he placed? So wouldn't it technically not have been forever?
If there was a way of lifting it, I don't think he told the princess.
Hey, how would he be able to tell her if she was asleep?
Well, even after she woke up, I don't think he said anything. If so, I was not informed.
It sounds like he was trying to do the right thing. Just, I don't know what other options they had. I don't know
Well,
how
as a wise
strong-
man once said, do or do not. There is no try.
So she was trying to be possessed by the bad guy, so he put her to sleep.
I don't think she was trying to be possessed by the
Or no,
bad guy. It was just-
she wasn't trying. He was trying to possess her. And then if she was possessed, she would have had to fight them. And they would have had to hurt her.
Not necessarily, but
Well, I guess they could have, like, tied her up or something. I don't know. I never been possessed by Sanix or whatever.
they tried to possess me once, I think. Didn't really turn out well.
I always hear bad things about this prince, but whatever. I'll probably never meet him anyway.
Well, if the gods look favorably upon you, you won't have to.
Well, hopefully. But yeah, well, do you think I could be friends with Mr. Aldrin, or do you think he won't be my friend?
He doesn't really seem the friend type. There are people that he will tolerate, dare I say, respect for certain reasons. My mother being one of them, and then by proxy, my father and myself. He was my, I don't know, I guess you could say mentor, tutor for a little bit in magic. Begrudgingly. It's not like he woke up excited in the morning saying, oh boy, I get to teach young little lordling magic. But he will tolerate and respect those who get things done. And I suppose respect his time in doing so.
I see. Well, one little step at a time. He did let me in his room and answer my question, so that was a step in the right direction. He also answered my question about how he liked his tea, because I wanted to try it. So maybe there's hope. It seems kind of lonely not having friends or anyone to talk to. But I told him,
Being friends with the new Duke, I mean, you'd be treated as an extension of myself within reason, so.
The new Duke? Oh, you, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, I just forgot.
Speaking of, I suppose, when I picked up the cornet from the jewelers, I was able to get those. Actually, I got you a few diamonds. The steward might be pissed about it, but what is he gonna do? Not pay the invoice? I had them tack a few on for you. So.
Oh, thanks. So how many did you get?
I want to say 3. Yay, nay, Rico. Okay. I was able to. They had 3 on hand that I thought would suffice for you.
Oh, thank you.
I told them to just put them down as a light item as replacement stones for for my coronets in case anything happened to those. So hopefully when Teodric gets the request, he'll just hand them the money and not ask. But what's he gonna do? Chew me out about it? Can't do that anymore.
Must be nice being in a good position of power. You have a lot of privileges. Seems pretty cool.
Well, I mean, the king does technically owe me a substantial amount of money from when my family's holdings were confiscated. So, within reason, I can expense about anything we need.
So
but before I hand these over,
yeah,
let's a little quid pro quo. How does one become a cleric and a follower of Tenebros? Because I mean, I guess Rico, do I know of like any existent like priesthoods for him? Like, are they like an organized sect of religion at all? Or do they just have like sporadic cults? Like
in Terra, not so much. There are little monuments around that are dedicated to the other gods. And I mean, it's not common for people to follow Tenebros. At least not here.
So I mean, did you have like, as far as I'm aware, there's no real priesthood. Did you have a mentor? Do they have some kind of, I don't know, monastery tucked away somewhere where they keep records and any kind of information on, their followers, their history, their dealings?
It's a funny question you're asking me that, because I'm wondering how somebody gets cursed by Tenebros. Your entire family line? That's quite... You must have done something quite bad.
Oh, so... somebody told you. I suppose, did you hear it from the big man himself?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
It doesn't matter. Tenebros, I was raised...
I'm pretty sure it matters.
I could tell you then. Yeah, he told me what, kinda. It doesn't really matter where I got the information from. He didn't tell me anything more. No, I don't question my god. I just follow his word. He didn't want me to pry any further, so I let it go.
Well, then I suppose we are both equally ignorant as to what happened. Is the only thing that I am vaguely aware of is that, I don't know, some ancestor of mine at some point must have pissed him or his followers or something off.
He must have done something
and he did
really
not take
bad.
kindly to it.
Well, he must have disrupted the natural order somehow. You want to know why I followed Tenebros? It was in my family. I was
your family
raised.
is...
It was just my family. I mean, I don't remember much about them.
Did they keep, I don't know, records or anything of related to Tenebros?
I mean, yeah, we had a lot of stuff there. Like, basically everybody worshipped him over there. But
where is over there?
You're asking a lot of questions.
You're not providing many answers.
Why does me following Tenebros have to matter?
Have you not put two and two together?
Well, just because your family line is cursed, I mean, they did something to deserve it.
Yeah, and I have no way of fixing the problem if I don't know what it actually is.
I wouldn't have the answer to that.
But you can probably find it, can't you?
Why?
Or do you know how to find it?
Why would I, though? If it is my God's will, then I'm not going to intervene.
Can you not intercede on his behalf, or
I just do
request anything from him, or you don't know anybody who might know anything more? You don't have, I don't know, what Grand Poobah or something that teaches all the young little clerics or something that might know?
I'm not here, but I mean, so what kind of curse is it?
I have very all I know is that the more I use my magic, the, I guess, more of a toll it exacts. It can shorten my lifespan. I mean, my magic isn't just my own. I also have magic from my oath itself, and that is staving it off, but...
So, the more you use your magic, the more it kills you?
I've put a stopgap in it, since I'm not relying on just my own magic, but it could.
So, you're telling me you're asking a cleric of Tenebras to help you lift your curse when my god themselves put the curse on your family because you did something bad. Why would I do that? Unless my god wills it, I will not do anything of the sort. Now, if you have questions, maybe I can
Which
eventually...
is what I am asking.
Yes, I don't have the answer. I told you...
I'm asking you to try to find the answer for me. Because only then can I try to fix the problem, if it even is fixable. I don't even know why or what happened.
Sigib, I don't know if you're understanding what I'm telling you.
I'm understanding.
Is that I don't have a reason to interfere with what my god wants. If he wants you to be cursed, I will not interfere. Now, when I did ask him about it, he did not want to give me the answer. I don't question that. Now, what I could do is maybe you could go to other people and ask questions where I'm from, but
And you were not telling me where that is.
Yeah, well, it's very far, but it doesn't matter. I don't really have a reason or need to tell you. I barely met you. I'm here along to help as much as I can and other people, but I won't disrupt the natural order of things unless Tenebras wants me to. Now, maybe something will change, but as far as we're at now, I have no reason to help you lift your curse. Don't take it personally. But that is how Tenebras wills it, and I will follow his will.
So he'll place the little pouch with the diamonds in her hand. It's like, okay. If you are, you love your god so much, perhaps I'll send you to him, but we'll discuss this later.
Are you threatening me?
He's not going to answer that.
It's
He's
fine.
Just going to...
It's fine. Well, thank you for the diamonds. I appreciate it. I'll help you guys in any way I can, as long as it doesn't involve me interfering with that curse. But I will help the rest of the party. I will help you along your journey. As far as things go now, like I said, things could change. It's not necessarily a closed door, but for now, this is what he wants. Like I said, it's not personal.
I guess one more thing before we leave. Don't mention this conversation to the others. The only other person who knows is the paladin.
I have no reason to...
Sebastian, the one with the fancy new cookbook.
Yeah, I have no reason to tell this discussion to anybody. It's only gonna raise more questions against me too. I would respect if you didn't say anything also. Will you say anything to any...
We've got more important things to deal with in the immediate future.
Fine. For now, we have a truce and an understanding, and I will help your party how I can. That is all. And she's gonna just go wake up the next person over to second watch.
All right, it's time for second watch. Also, I got fucking chills with the change in like Marian's just demeanor, just complete, like, just like stone cold serious. Oh, that was.
I actually called him Sigib and not Sigby.
Yeah, no. As soon as you said Sigib, I was like, okay. And then just the way that she was talking, wow, that was fantastic. So yeah, second watch. Second watch.
Oh yeah, who's second watch?
Bain can probably be awake for it because
well, I guess.
now
Yeah,
had her
trance.
Yeah, I can wake up. I can wake up you. I'll wake you up then. Ms. Bane, are you
Are we
awake?
like sleeping in tents, or
Yeah,
are we
how is
sleeping
it?
in like?
Yeah, tents.
Okay, wake up. It's your turn. Wait, are you
Where are
awake?
you? Are you
Oh.
like outside the tent, or are you inside the tent?
I peeked a little bit, like opened it.
Bane is immediately like, bah!
Oh gosh.
This is intense.
Did I get you?
Oh yeah, I was a little scared. But yeah, it's your turn. I don't know who else is going with you though. Don't.
Okay. Guess I'll find out. Have a good rest.
No, thank you. I will. I had a great time with Mr. Sigby. It was nice. It was quiet. It was a beautiful forest, and now I'm ready to go to bed.
That's good.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Cord or Iris, are you taking second watch?
I'll take second.
Okay. So Sigib, you got Cord.
I guess I will just go wake up Cord in a completely normal fashion, like a functional human being.
You're gonna so regret that in the morning.
What's that?
Saying that as the only human in the party.
That's just meta
Sebastian's
commentary.
also human.
I'll just go wake up Cord. Just put a hand on his shoulder. Cord.
What's that? What?
It's
Oh.
time for
Oh.
second watch. Am I interrupting anything? Seemed like you were dreaming.
No, I wasn't dreaming whatsoever.
Oh, he winked at me. I was gonna say, can I insight that, but I don't feel like I need to. Anything in particular that you weren't dreaming about?
I certainly wasn't dreaming about a librarian. That's for sure.
You've turned your back on your snake mommy so easily? Or are you gonna try to do keep a lady in every port? I didn't peg you for the type, Cord.
I hope you wouldn't peg me anyway.
Well, as much as I like our little talks, I do need to get some sleep. I think Bane is with you for this watch.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
Try to I guess don't let the thoughts of the homely, like not homely, that implies that she's not good looking, but the don't let the librarian distract your thoughts too deeply, Cord.
I'm gonna say don't let the bedpost. All right.
All right, Cord and Bane, perception checks, please.
Um, 23.
21.
All's quiet.
Where did that sound menacing?
All's quiet. It's a lovely evening.
What's the surroundings like? Like, obviously there's forest and stuff.
Yeah, it's like the outskirts of the arbora forest. The trees are, the denseness of the trees is lessening, but there's still some trees around.
Cricket or anything?
Yeah, you do hear some crickets in the night.
I'm guessing we've taken like the saddles off the horses and stuff like that, and they're
Yeah.
she's just gonna start checking over everyone's saddles and making sure that everything's properly like done up, that there isn't any fraying like girths or anything like that.
Yeah, no, everything is in tip-top condition. The Cordovans like to keep their Their
Tack.
yeah, all their stuff really nice.
Will the horses be fed?
They have
They'd probably be eating.
They have feed. Yeah.
Oof. Chilly tonight.
Do we have a fire going or anything, or?
Yeah.
Yep. Bane's gonna pick up another log and pop it down and sit next to him, like, oh, hopefully that'll heat things up a bit.
So, go ahead.
Ooh, other thing. Ford is still a little preoccupied with the information he learned with
The library.
library. So, they may have to snap her fingers, just to. But
Yeah, you notice Cord's given that 1,000-mile or 1,000-yard stare.
She's gonna pick up like a twig with a bit of a leaf on it and kind of like tickle him just in the nose. You there, Cord?
yeah. I'm here, thing.
You good?
You ever feel like part of you is missing, but yet feels so close to finding it? It's just out of reach.
Personally, no.
That's what the information I learned at the library.
What did you learn?
That I might not necessarily be alone in who I am. Of course, I know I have all of you. You're all family to me. After reading all that information, would Bane know about the Leonin?
I believe that information was common to everybody when talking about the Grand Cleansing. I don't know how much Bane would have paid attention to it, because usually whenever the word cleansing came up, Bane would just be like, ugh. Same with the Region.
Well, it has me wondering, you ever see someone that looks like you, but you know there's no way it can be? It's just bordering on metaphysical at this point. It feels like there's more to me, and I'm missing the connecting piece. Me being Tabaxi, up until this point, I thought I was the only tabaxi left. And there's a possibility now I maybe only have tabaxi. And that, I mean, it still needs a lot more investigation, but I saw someone that another and I'm assuming that book did have a picture, I believe you said, of Leonin, right? For general reference, or
yeah.
I feel like I need to learn. I feel like it's almost like you've gotten an additional quest or mission, and the reward at the end of it is truth about who I am and where I come from.
Well, you know, if you need any help in that pursuit, you can always ask myself or Aris. Aris knows a lot of people.
You ever met a Leonin?
Personally, never. No. Actually, I'd probably have to check that with you, Nova. Did she ever meet any before the cleansing?
You never personally met any, but you've seen them. You'd seen them around before. Because in the first cleansing, the Leonin weren't massively affected. Grand cleansing is where they were mostly affected.
Yeah.
Most effectively affected, in the grand scheme of things.
In that case, she'll just say something along the lines of like, I never really had the pleasure of keeping one company, but I've seen them around.
Did the book specifically say there was only one left? Is that public?
It did notate that the only known Leonin left is Redmane.
It feels like this realm and maybe another realm entirely is trying to get me to, or telling me I need to find this last Leonin. I think that's gonna, I don't know if that's gonna give me the answers I'm looking for, or if it's gonna just create more questions.
I mean, the only way you're gonna know is if you look. But you don't have to look alone.
Thank you.
And with that, sorry.
No, I'm saying that means more to me than you'll ever.
And with that will conclude second watch, and we will have third watch with Iris and Sebastian.
And Bane in the background.
Cut to sparring match noises. Just
Sebastian is very distracted.
It's the sparring match.
yeah, you gotta focus on what's in front of you and a sparring
Funny
match.
thing is, I might also be distracted. You said perception, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Is he wearing pants?
13.
He rolled a 1.
Well, don't you get a bonus for being within 5 feet of him?
That's the sets for saving throws.
Oh, saves only. Okay.
Sebastian was up before you. So when Cord went to go wake up Sebastian, Sebastian just exits the tent. And if Cord said anything to him, he did not acknowledge it.
Oh yeah, was I getting to wake up Iris?
Yes.
Not being intense.
She's gonna braid Iris's hair to wake her up.
A very kind awakening.
Iris, you wake up to your hair braided.
Oh. Thank you.
Your turn.
Already? Alright. Sure. I'll look around. Sebastian's not there, and alright.
And before we get to that third watch, this is where we're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a little bit. Don't go too far away. See you guys in a bit.
How to make the new Dragon Ball Mythic in Fortnite 10 times stronger. So we all know the Kamiyamama.
Just take it out. Take it out of Fortnite. They don't deserve it. No, this is the last one. I can't.
Potatoes! You can practically neglect them and they'll still grow.
Is that why I'm so fucking fat?
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Fuck! Have you ever felt like you've had no energy like this guy? Who, me? Yeah, you. You should try Rogue Energy. What's Rogue Energy? Well, Rogue Energy is a new supplement that gives you all the energy you need with all the great flavors and no calories and no sugar. And it's easy to make, too. All you need is a 16-ounce glass of water, a scoop of your favorite flavor of Rogue Energy, and then the final step, shake it. Keep shaking. Ultra shake. Hyper shake. Shake it all the way! And now you can try it for yourself. Wow! Don't forget to use promo code Smoking Dragons at checkout for 10% off your order. Get your Rogue today. Now in a can! Hi, I'm Nova, and I bet you're tired of seeing me in this chair. That's why I'm here to talk to you about our Patreon. Our Patreon did just recently get a facelift, so while sitting my ass in this chair, we're going to talk about it. Our D4 tier is the general basic support and gives you access to our exclusive behind-the-scenes podcast, The Dragon's Lair. The D6 tier unlocks the ability to watch more exclusive content. We'll talk about that in a bit. The D8 tier gives you VIP status in both our Discord and our Twitch live streams, which come with their own perks. The D10 tier allows you to bring a character with your name attached to it into our D&D campaign. Also, from the D6 tier and up, you will have access to our exclusive D&D campaign, Pocket Adventures, an adventure that sees 4 children trying to be the very best, like no one ever was. An exciting, nostalgic campaign that sees me finally get my ass out of the seat. I've been sitting here so long that it has begun to form fit to the shape of my ass, and it has lost all cushion. So please, join our Patreon and help contribute to me getting my ass out of this seat. Join our Patreon by going to the link on your screen or by clicking the link in the description below. Thank you. We challenge you as sister and brother. Couple, Cam and Allie. Boom, boom, big wheels keep on turning. I hate you so much. Yas, bitch! Yas, bitch!
Do the Donald Trump. Like you're sucking a dick. No.
Taking all the dicks.
My signature move.
Can I get a critical capture at least once? Oh my god! Oh my god!
You think I go behind him? You're gonna. What'd you see? Rico, what did your elven eyes see? Fucking let me know. You looked around it. You saw?
I'm fucking dead.
What's back there?
Let's go!
Hey.
It's not so scary when you got a hype train going.
I know. Right?
It was really hypey.
I don't want too fucking much on there.
It's not much.
I don't want you. I don't want you.
I could get it off with like a single lick.
But also like, just fucking do it.
It's not that much.
It's like a nice like picture perfect moment. Like.
I hate it too.
Is it gone? Is it gone?
I don't want to go for the rest.
Go for the rest. Come on.
I hope it's salty for you.
I don't like it.
Actually, it's good.
It's good. You're welcome.
Here. I think I'm gonna vomit.
Good. Good.
It's fucking
Fucking moved it right as I was jumping to it. This milkshake, no! No, this milkshake!
Chris, you can make it!
This milkshake!
Somebody could have won, but
That-
they just died off.
That fucking milkshake!
Looking for some dead stuff, baby, this evening. I'll make some dead stuff, baby, tonight. I want some dead stuff, baby, this evening. Gonna make some dead stuff.
Filipimpines! Filipimpines!
Must be Rico.
What?
I had to watch that on the stream. Oh, that was great.
Oh my god.
Please, door, please, for the
No, that's a great question.
I'm sure the mic peaked. I'm sure it did. There's no way it didn't.
Oh, we definitely went ham on a couple parts right there, but just use mic responsibility. There's another term for it, but if you're gonna go loud,
Yeah, that's
pull it
why.
back.
That's why I pulled out.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm sitting here doing this, and you're just like, that's why I pulled out.
All our power was put into this. Here I go. Taste the passion in my ball. Butterfly, please leave me alone. I ain't dealing with your shit right now. Do. I'm trying to catch more pigs so that I can get one quish. And so I'm gonna catch them all. And maybe one will be shiny. Do. Shiny hunt on smoking dragons. Are you sure you don't want me to stop session and restart it?
No. Got this. Okay, I get 2 more tries. It went this way. It went straight back that way.
It's like, I'm gonna get you.
That was unfair.
I'm going to get you.
You saw it bounce sideways, and it just turned right back the fuck around.
That's how physics works.
Right? Super heat tracking rocks. No!
And we're back.
Someone's upgraded.
I had this thing made before you sent us to Medora. Like Mythos knew everything. Like I'd sent her like the photo of this, like
And I died.
piece and like everything else. She was the one who said just put it on top of your hat. So that's why I did that for the first section because I didn't have time to change it. Because
Also,
didn't pick it up
Biggest
last
has
time.
hair.
Oh
This is
my
the first
god.
time we've seen him without his hat on.
Looks good. Matches your personality.
Harry?
I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway.
I'm not sure either.
So Sebastian is just sitting and looking at the fire.
Iris is gonna leave him be. Just kind of survey around. If he wants to talk, he'll talk. She knows better than to push him at this point.
Bane, go ahead and roll me stealth.
Okay. It's a 14. I think. Yes, it's 14.
Sigib, what's your passive perception?
Wait, before you say that.
Massive, it's just a 10.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Bane, you pull out your thread and a sewing needle, and you begin to sew Sigib's tent shut.
Yes. Excellent. Iris will instead watch this happen with great interest.
How intricate are you going with this sewing?
She's just gonna get it sewed shut, and then if she has any time, she's gonna go back and like sew little flowers on it.
Okay. So you're able to sew it shut. Now give me a performance for the flower bits.
Wouldn't that be like Dex or something?
I'm reading it performance at this point.
16.
So that's just, yeah.
Get some nice little cute flowers covering over the seam as well, just to add extra tightness in that seam. Looks very nice.
You know he's gonna burn that down if he catches you.
Yes. And it's gonna look so pretty while he does.
True.
I'm gonna
So is
start
Sebastian. Huh?
adding flowers to the rest of the tent, like just little flowers here and there, so that his tent is now like floral themed.
All right. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna allow this to happen. No roll necessary.
I don't know what it is, love, but I have yours. Do you want to use them?
One more time.
I'm here. I don't know what it is, love, but I have ears if you want to use them.
He doesn't seem to acknowledge what you said.
Sebastian.
Sorry. Were you saying something?
I was just saying that I have ears if you want to use them. I've never seen you like this before.
Oh, it's okay. Just deep in thought.
About
Lots of things.
all right. and I'll leave it be.
He looks like he's about to say something and then stops.
Are you having second thoughts about talking to me, trusting me? What? I'm starting to get offended here, Sebastian. What is going on? I'm trying not to push, but...
Of course I trust you.
Okay. Then why won't the feck you talk to me?
It's not something I'm used to. I'm used to dealing with everything on my own. And it's not that I want to keep you in the dark. It's not that I'm trying to either. It's just, you know, the whole time I was, you know, held by Sparrow, it was probably one of the worst things I've ever had to gone through.
Yeah, he tends to do that. He was really good at getting into your head, making you think things you don't think, making you feel and see things you don't think.
Yeah, world's greatest gaslight.
Thank the gods he's dead. I get it. I do. I get it. She'll grab his hand, kind of playfully tug at like the gauntlets that he's probably wearing. Take this shite off.
I mean, don't have to
Just
tell
for
me
a second.
twice.
Just the gauntlet, you pervert.
He unstraps the gauntlet.
She'll grab his hand and kind of, because I would imagine she's sitting to the left of him, so she's grabbing the hand that has the wedding ring on it.
Mhm.
And she'll grab his hand and kind of like twirl the wedding ring between her fingers. I gave this coin to you before it was a ring because I wanted you to know that I have the same problems that you're going through right now, and still my mind is yours. And I know we've only been married for a few months at this point. It hasn't been a very long time. But I am an open book for you. Can you feel my hand?
Yes,
Can you see my eyes?
I can.
Then you know I'm here.
I'm sorry. I should be more open, but I still need to work through it. And I promise, once I do, I will let you know everything.
That's fine. I am okay with that. I'm alright, willing to wait. I will always wait for you. You are always in my thoughts. I'm always here waiting for you. And, you know, seeing as I learned that Dad lived to about 600, I feel like I'll be here for you forever.
At least
For as
until
long-
I go.
You're not gonna go if you don't want to, Sebastian, and I will ensure that.
mean, you're capable of pretty amazing things, but I don't know if that's in your wheelhouse.
She'll squeeze his hand a little bit. And he's probably the only one on the crew that's seen the look of true determination on her face that she is currently wearing. And she's going to say, Sebastian, I have learned from my da that you need to do what's necessary for the people you care about. And that means literally anything. I will burn this world as long as you're by my side. I will massacre anything I have to keep you here if that's what you want.
Well,
I know you don't like this
gruesome
sentiment.
example. I do appreciate your determination. I generally hope it does not come to that.
I've got a few things I've got thinking about. Things I'm willing to try. I don't want it to come to that either. But it's me and you forever. And I'm determined to keep that forever going as long as possible. As long as you want that too. So I'll wait for you forever.
And he just gives you a kiss. And that will conclude third watch. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff we have to get
no
through.
spotter matches. None of that. We have to show Marian.
There's a lot we have to get to this session, and we have very little time to do it.
Chop, chop, fuckers.
No, I need my sparring session.
Look, we already killed your dad, so you can't derail that anymore. Come on.
Wow!
That makes kill your husband.
Whoa! Wow!
My dad's dead in the other campaign, and I think my dad's dead in this one too, actually. We all have dead dads, right? Parents? No parents?
No, Bane still has parents.
Oh,
Bane,
okay.
Bane only has her dad. Her mum is dead.
We're all parentless trauma.
Chordicus is Orphanicus.
Bane got to watch her mum die slowly of a sickness.
Can someone just make a character without trauma? Without trauma?
I had two parents before one of them just got killed off.
Well, can we just... We need a normal character that comes from a privileged background and just decide to go on an adventure. Like, yeah, my family's waiting for me at home whenever.
So,
I guess
you guys...
we waking up?
Yep, you guys wake up. Sigib, as you wake up, you attempt to go through the front part of your tent. And the flap doesn't open.
What the hell? Can I, look at it? I don't know, inspect it?
As the sun shines through it...
Because, I'm the one who set the tent up, so,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have fastened the flap.
Yeah. As the sun shines through, you see flowers. Flower shadows just get cast on the ground. And as you inspect it more, there are, little bits of thread just going through the fabric of the tent.
With the way that embroidery works, he'd probably be able to see the same pattern on the inside of the tent.
That's what I'm saying.
Stitch the same.
Well, it's also... Are they daisies? I'm imagining daisies. Just the wide flower.
They would be like daisies.
Well, daisies and forget-me-nots.
You know what? I'm not going to give her the satisfaction. I'm going to undo the flap at the back of the tent.
And Sigib walks out the back of the tent and around.
And I'll go inspect the front.
You just want to keep the design.
Nice.
Just cut another opening on the other side.
Now, these tents go through a lot. This design probably isn't going to last very long out in the elements. But I appreciate the thought. I guess quick question:
You're a fancy man now. You need a fancy tent.
Which of you would you say is best on a horse, or is ever I don't know, used a spear or a lance or anything like that?
Wait, why is he asking this?
Is he asking everybody this?
I mean,
Yeah.
some.
Are we gonna
they're gonna
joust?
No, they're going to need to know who we are when we approach Varia. So somebody's going to need to fly the standard. And whoever here is, I guess, the most competent horseman that feels like they can ride and handle the reins with just mostly one hand.
Is that one hand.
I mean, I might be able to.
Is that animal handling? Would you put that under animal handling?
I would, yeah.
I could
Okay, let me see.
probably do well with a horse, but not sure
I'm
how upfront it would be.
Sebastian, you're quite the martial fellow. Do you think you can
I'm
manage a
actually
standard?
I'm pretty okay with the horse, actually.
There's two of them. Somebody needs to fly the royal one and somebody fly mine.
I can fly whatever.
I suppose I'll take the royal flag.
You good with the horse?
I've had noble upbringing, so yes, I am good.
We'll only need to hoist them and fly them once we're within eyesight of the entrance.
I've been out in the elements a lot.
Just try not to fuck it up on the approach. This is a diplomatic overture. Let's try to act like we are at least somewhat competent of a retinue.
So if he's gonna hold the royal one, I guess I'll
And-
hold the other one. Unless Mythos wants to.
While we are in Varia, the dwarves, they're quite a lively lot. They work hard and they party harder. So try to be on your best behavior. No stealing, no picking fights, just behave, please.
I think he's calling you guys out.
In absence of the captain, just consider that an order.
No stealing. No picking fight. No. I don't know about Cord, but no stealing.
I make no guarantees.
Just keep the criminality to an appropriate minimum, which, seeing as how we're here representing my in-laws, is 0.
What kind of band is this?
I mean, I don't steal.
That's
You
the spirit.
Steal adjacent, but that's fine.
I suppose I can keep my thieves.
You're going to see an incredible amount of shiny things. These are dwarves we're talking about, so just
shiny.
Wait, dwarves?
Is it true that I heard?
Eyes forward. Just focus.
Do we have to
Focus
bend
on-
down to talk to them?
You're going to steal
No, that
something.
would
I think
that would be
I
pretty
think that would be
insulting.
offensive, actually.
If you're going to steal something, make sure it's high up enough that they can't see it.
Should I pick them up to talk to them?
It's a huge stone city. They have towers and buildings that there's probably going to be somebody looking and watching. They have
Honey, you're
guards. They're
being
not
made
imbeciles.
fun again.
I have to look us straight in the kneecaps.
You probably have to lie down to do that. Please don't.
It sounds like, is it true what I heard that they mine over there, right? Like lots of mining. That if you
yes,
did mine,
they
that
do.
if
I
you
can
do
answer
mine-
questions on the way. Everybody's
Yeah,
saddle
we
your
could.
horses.
Yeah. So when you mine, you can't take it with you outside the city, or because you have to, you can't take what you mine. Is that true?
Well, do you mean like if you were to mine something first? I doubt they would let you because they have a complex system of just different guilds and companies. They're not just going to allow a stranger to just start swinging away in their mines, and they refine most of the ore there because it's way easier to ship out a finished product than it is to send raw ore anywhere. So they don't expect to like dig a chunk of gold out of the ground and take it with you. They generally don't allow that.
Well, that makes sense. Okay. Fly the flag. Ooh.
Well, no, Sebastian's got one, and does she have the other?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't wave it around. Just keep it straight up.
Oh, okay. Straight.
So you guys
And
begin,
don't
like,
don't
are-
hoist it until we get there.
So you
What
guys
is hoist
are.
it?
Hoist means to lift up.
Just. Like how much lifting? Am I doing a 90-degree angle? Or am I doing like a full?
Just follow my lead.
Okay.
Yeah, see how he has the bottom of the thing resting in the stirrup next to his foot, and then is just holding the thing straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Do it like that.
Makes it easier. You don't have to use so much of the arm strength to just kind of keep it steady.
Yeah,
Didn't
you're
realize
just steadying
you were
it.
so
Let the
proficient
weight.
with pole arms there, Sebastian.
I have had noble upbringing. I know my way around things.
Oh.
You know your way around a pole, do you?
So did you guys
I've
spar?
had plenty of
He's good with
practice.
shafts.
Did you guys spar last night?
No, we did not spar. We were too busy
Oh, you
watching
can't slack
Vane
on this.
embroider.
Oh. What does she embroider?
Some very pretty decoration. I won't say more. I'm not sure how far
Oh.
that went.
I didn't know you were good at embroidering. Maybe you could embroider me something.
Pretty handy with a needle.
That could go both ways, I feel. Or you know.
Yes.
Aren't we glad you're on our side?
I'm straight. 100%.
All right, so you guys now are approaching Varia. Sebastian hoists the royal flag,
I'll do the same. I'll copy him.
and you guys ride up to the entrance of Varia, and there is a dwarven militia, 2 dwarves standing at the mouth of the cave. Hold. State business.
Emissaries
King's
from
business.
emissaries from King Onofrius to meet with Chieftain Gorlock. He should be expecting us.
Come inside, fancy pants.
Dwarves are the best.
I like this
I
guy.
like him.
Thank you, mister.
Have I been to Varia before? I feel like I would have. Do I know where we would need to be going? I guess to their.
Yeah, you know the general area, and also it's one of the biggest buildings in the city, so it's really difficult to miss.
You're just having me relive the beginning of the other campaign. It's like all the same places we went. Almost.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm not, and now I'm somebody else. So.
It's a revisiting.
Yeah, revisiting.
So, you all head into Varia, and it expands out throughout the entire base of this mountain. The buildings are built into the mountain, almost as if they carved the buildings out of the rock and stone of the mountain itself. And you see the large building carved into a big slant of the mountainside, and it is lit with braziers, and you see the figure of a dwarf up there just downing ale, and he is a rather large dwarf.
Does he have any particular badge of office on him? When I realize he's the chieftain? Or...
He is dressed nicer than all the other dwarves.
Wow, mister, you could really pack that ale.
You're far.
Am I not there? I'm not far back
at this point. So
Okay,
you guys
so-
are
And I think he's
in
high up
conversational-
at this point.
Yeah, you guys are not in conversational distance.
Oh, okay. You just saw we saw him.
Yeah. You leave the horses at the stable and you walk up to this building, and this dwarf is walking down the stairs to meet you.
Do the horses fit next to the Shire ponies?
I mean, I assume we would need to dismount and, I don't know, hand our bridles to the guards and let them
Yeah, they
stow the horses.
They stow the horses, and you walk to the large building, and the other dwarf is walking down. You must be the new king consort, this new duke.
I mean, the current king isn't dead yet, so future consort.
I know, but we're talking about the future, huh?
So, you must be Chief Gorlock then?
Yes, that would be me. I am Chief Gorlock. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to
What
meet
does
you
he
as
look
well.
like?
He is, he has a very long beard, braided, and like braided in the center, and the other part is pulled in, so it is unbraided but braided in the center. He stands at a solid 4'3".
Bane is finally taller than another person again.
He's pretty tall.
And he is built pretty big, but he has a very
Like a
big
brick
gut.
shithouse?
Yeah, like a brick shithouse, but he has a big gut.
Your belly.
And he has very round features, but they still look very like thick. Like they're not like soft round features, they're very tough round features. If he crouched down and was painted gray, he'd look like a rock.
Iris is Nightingale is going to be just so where like 2 or 3 people around her can hear, is practicing his accent. Welcome. Like trying to get it down.
I guess continue with the pleasantries.
After he downs a pint of ale, he chucks the cup and he pulls out a pipe. Welcome to Varia. Please come inside.
Welcome to Varia.
We
I guess
have many things to discuss.
I guess as we're walking, I'll tell him, like, I knew your predecessor. My condolences on their passing.
Jinris was great chieftain, yes. Too bad those filthy Armesians killed her.
Iris will spit too.
Must have
Okay.
must have put some strain on relations. Last I heard, the Sultana was making overtures trying to reestablish and reintegrate Armesia.
Yes, we've been speaking to her. She was very kind, sent lots of gift baskets. Threw first gift basket in garbage. Then a second gift basket came, then third, then we started just partaking, you know. They were very nice gift baskets.
Why waste a good gift basket?
But first one, ugh, garbage.
What was in the gift baskets?
Don't know, threw in the garbage.
What about the next ones?
The other ones had cheese and fruits.
Oh, I love cheese.
And some other sweets.
Any alcohol?
Is there any
in
blue
anything?
apples?
Blue apples, never had blue apples before.
Oh.
There are blue
Clearly,
apples?
she wasn't
Yeah.
giving you the good stuff.
I don't think
You can
they
find
have.
you can find them in Althea.
Ah, Althea. Always wanted to go. Never took the plunge.
Was there alcohol in the gift baskets?
That was in the third one.
Oh, that was probably the
After
best
we really
one.
started
Yeah.
paying attention.
What kind of alcohol?
It was an Armesian vintage.
Ooh, sounds expensive.
At first I thought it was prissy sissy wine. Then drank it. Actually tastes pretty good. Not as good as dwarven ale, mind you. But Armesian wine, very, very delicious.
Oh, maybe I'll have to try some dwarven ale. Sounds good.
It is strong.
Perhaps you shall. It's very good.
Well, it's not a proper not a proper meeting without some ale afterwards, as my father always told me. But if you developed a taste for wine, I'll have to send a cask of some of Carcass's strongest up to you.
Yes, I've missed Carcassan wine. Your predecessor...
None of it's been imported recently?
Your predecessor kept it all to himself.
Grimaldi, you must mean.
Yes,
Ah.
that pasty dick face.
He didn't keep much actual wine.
The juice bag.
What do you mean?
Mostly kept bags of blood, I think.
I mean, I suppose that
That's
everyone's gonna find out eventually. Turns out he was a vampire.
Vampire? I mean,
And a racist.
I mean, we joked that he was a bloodsucker, but we didn't know that he was really a bloodsucker. Oh, that's pretty crazy, actually.
Well, we kicked the shit out of him and he ran away, so I don't think you'll have to worry about him anymore.
Oh, did you? Very impressive.
Not before we had dinner with him, though.
I was thinking about calling a friend to maybe take care of him. But glad that you took care of him first. Yes, my friend Shibani. Shibani is good
Who
people.
is this Shibani?
Oh, Shibani, they're an elf, but they also can turn into polar bear.
Oh, we met an elf like that once. Her name was Shiani. I guess there must be some relation.
You met Shibani? Oh, Shibani, one of my favorite people.
Oh, I thought it was Shiani. Shibani. I'll have to remember that.
Yes, it's Shibani, of course. I don't know whether you heard this Shiani. That sounds weird.
I mean, they were a bear when we met them, so I suppose it got lost in
that's
translation.
normal. It happens like that.
That sounds cool.
More than we could bear.
I see what
he's
you
got
did there.
jokes. I like this guy. You're a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
he
a
also
cat.
liked it. Yeah, well.
Did you
He
not
likes
know?
to...
Or
There's
are
no
you an elf who could turn into a big cat? I thought I see everything, and then I meet an elf who could turn into a bear, and my whole world flipped upside down, topsy turvy.
Yeah, that one's Mr. Core.
Core.
Core. Good to meet you, Core.
Thank you. Unfortunately, I'm not lucky enough to turn into a polar bear.
Oh, that's okay. Not
That
all of us
sounds
can be
great.
lucky.
What kind of... Was it like a really big polar bear? Or like what size? Like normal?
I mean, I don't think they make
like
small
the size
polar
of
bears.
a polar bear.
How big are polar bears? Like...
Very
I've never
big. Yeah, especially compared to me. I am a lot.
I've seen a polar bear, so can I just it's like about this big, and I'll snap and polymorph myself into a polar bear.
Oh!
Whoa!
The Duke can turn into polar bear too.
I wonder if he does tricks. Oh,
Yeah, that's how big a polar bear is.
oh wow.
Because
That's
as a trick, he'll just stand up on his hind legs and bow, and then turn back into normal.
Oh, that's cool.
What a Duke bag.
That is real fantastic. This going to be good meeting. Very happy with this. Let us talk business, yes?
Of course.
Yes.
Now, he leads you into a grand dining hall. He says, and he goes up to a chair, pulls it out, and just like kicks his feet up. So, pull up chair.
Iris will stand in the back of the room by the door.
Okay, I pulled up a chair. Should we sit in them?
Of course you sit. That's what you do with chairs, huh?
Yeah, you're funny, Core.
Sarge, you okay? You're looking
I'm here.
very comfy.
Yep.
Too comfy.
Maybe I am a little too comfy. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It's like when I try to do my homework in my bed whenever I had homework and it would just not go well.
I just wouldn't do homework.
Well, that too, exactly, because I fall asleep.
What's homework?
Work at home.
So, when it comes to economizing and the distribution of gold and stuff like that is all boring and bureaucratic and all this stuff. Blah, blah, blah. So, We will, before I decide what we will do, let's hear your proposition, and how you would think the whole gold thing needs to work.
Well, my father always had good relations with the dwarves, up until the end, I suppose. But that's water under the bridge.
Rest in peace.
So,
He was good man.
my thoughts are, why can't we return to the previous arrangement? And we do intend on developing the new duchy here in the south. You know, they've made me Duke. Odara on the coast is now under my domain, and we expect it to grow. I might actually be looking to need to hire some skilled masons for a construction project in the near future, depending on how another agreement goes. Would your Masons Guild be interested in taking work outside of Aria?
Absolutely. I mean, the construction of Carcassa Castle, that was most wonderful. We would love to do more work. What is your position on Armesia? What do we do about them?
I mean, currently I suppose there is nothing to do. The Sultan is dead. The Sultana, I guess, as long as she continues, you know, her overtures in rebuilding and trying to reintegrate them into the continent as a whole, and they have given up this this notion of a grand cleansing. I feel like there's no reason they can't be welcomed back into the fold. If Varia wishes to demand payments or reparations or anything like that, I feel like that would only be your right. And if you feel like you would need an outside influence to try to arbitrate or mediate on these, I'm sure the kingdom would be willing to, but whether or not the Armesians would feel that would be Cordova overstepping Armesian sovereignty, I can't say, but we would be willing to facilitate or provide neutral ground to discuss, so to speak. But at the end of the day, only Varia can decide what is right for Varia.
Good. That was test. And you pass flying colors. Good on you. Good on you, Mr. Sigib. Now, if you would have come in here and ordered me around with we need to be fair to Armesia, we need to make sure that we continue giving them the proper amount of gold, because then it doesn't crash their economy, blah blah blah, I would have immediately had you leave.
I mean, trade is trade. If you feel like they've turned over a new leaf and are willing to trade with them again, it would be beneficial for the continent for that trade route to remain open. But if you don't feel like the trust is there, then it's not there. But in the meantime, if you do need an alternate route, like I mentioned, we do plan on there being some developments in the Duchy. Odara will probably grow, mainly because we plan on using it as a point of entry to try to resettle the elves that were booted from Abora in the first cleansing. You've probably heard that Cordova has renounced any historical claim to the forest, and it's going to serve as its own independent realm governed the way the elves see fit. Any trade that would occur between Varia and Arbora would be going through my lands. I would not intend to stop it in any way, shape, or form, but we expect that Arbora will probably begin to develop a little bit more once they're resettled and the wrongs of the past have been righted. It's Cordova's responsibility after their hand in the first cleansing, so I cannot sit on a high horse and say that Armesia does not have reparations to make and sins to atone for. Cordova did its. Now it's their turn.
Yes, I was aware that they renounced claim on our border. It was good move on King's part, your future father-in-law. Now, there are many other things to discuss, and we are going to yada yada it. You take care of some bureaucratic things, and afterwards there is a
dangle the proposition of, hey, you can trade with Althea and the newly opened Mythos through our port.
Yeah, they graciously accept. And at this point, it is time to return back to Cordova. Now, do you want to ride to Carcosa or just ride to Cordova?
I feel like we would ride back to return the horses, and then we can just take the teleportation back, unless anybody objects.
All right, so you ride back to Carcosa, take the teleportation back to Cordova, and over the next few weeks, preparations for Sigib and Soray's wedding are underway. For those of you watching out there, sorry I am yada-yadaing a lot, but it's only because we only have a few episodes left in.
I mean, we already kind of set up a lot of the preparations before we got drunk away by the zombies and the vampires.
Yeah, shit's gotta get tied up a little neatly, and then so now it has been 3 weeks as the invitations have went out, and you are preparing for the wedding, and Iris, you get a sending.
Okay.
Hey, Iris. Just wanted to let you know that things are good here. I have a message for you. Go to the tavern in the Keffel Ward.
He said the tower in the Keffel Ward?
The tavern in the Keffel
tavern.
Ward.
Tavern in the Keffel Ward. All right.
Bring the crew.
Oh. All right. Thank you for the note. Glad everything's okay. I'll head there. Who gave you this message? Are they to be trusted? We're kind of dealing with something diplomatically important here in the next day or two.
You don't get another sending. The fact that you don't get a response right away is this was probably Signet's last usage of sending for the day.
That boy, I swear. Okay. Just for the record as well, I would have liked to have kind of kept up with what was going on through the sending stone. We don't have to talk about it right now or whatever. Just be aware that I would have been talking to Eagle. I guess I'll go look for Sigib first, making sure he's not in the middle of something.
Probably having like a doublet tailored or something.
Yeah, you're being fitted.
Gunny, I'm coming in. I hope you're not naked. And I walk in. Oh, good. You're the opposite of naked. So I got a rather interesting message from Signet, and we need to go to the tavern in the Keffel Ward.
I would know the place, wouldn't I?
Yeah, you would.
I think I know the place.
All right.
Let me get my notebook, and I will have the exact name for you. Hopefully.
Do we need to go immediately? Was there any information beyond that given? Do we need... I assume we need the rest of the crew?
Yes, the rest of the crew is needed. I wasn't given much other information. but we should probably head there once you're done doing what you're doing.
I'm the Duke. We're done when I say we're done.
Well, at least wait until I
They-
go gather everyone else, and that way we can give the poor man some more time to work on you, and I'll
He's
come back and
got
fetch
my
you.
measurements already.
Okay, I mean, if you say so.
Gather the others. Hopefully we'll be ready.
Is Sorcerer getting a dress made?
I don't think he can hear you.
He has another headphones on right now. Oh, no, it is.
Sorry, one more time.
Is Sorcerer getting a dress made?
Yes.
Bane has requested to be allowed to sit in on that and watch the tailors at work.
Also, would we be getting outfits too?
Yeah, you would all be getting tailor-made outfits.
I mean, I suppose depending on how big the party needs to be. Well, that and I guess you guys would just be part of my retinue on the way there.
I'll go
We need to
gather.
be presentable.
I'll go gather everyone. You finish up here. It shouldn't take long. And I'll go and gather everyone else.
All right, everybody is gathered.
Come back. All right, Gunny, let's go.
You all are
Do
given
we need
the
to take horses, or how close is the ward?
The ward isn't
How
that
close
far.
is the tavern?
The Keffel ward is middle class. So it's
We can walk. It'll take longer to get horses tacked and saddled.
All right.
Yeah, it'd take you about it'd roughly get around the same time. By the time you get the horses ready, you could have already walked there. And the tavern is the Salty Brothers Tavern.
Why are we here?
Was told by a friend that we needed to pop over here.
For what?
I'm
And
not sure.
as you enter into the tavern, it is relatively empty.
It's like nobody here.
And there is one person sitting at a table.
Do we recognize them?
This
You
feels like a
recognize the
setup.
cloak.
I'll sidle up.
And the person looks
Put
over.
a hand on my long sword.
Person looks over. Ah, you're here.
Who are you?
Bold of you to show your face. Well, I guess the
Not
face of whatever
mine.
poor mook that you've
Actual face. You
Right.
recognize this as the broker.
Right, you're
Have
too
I
cowardly to
seen
show
him?
your own face.
You've heard of the broker.
Did they say he's the? Did they call him? Or no? They just recognized him. He didn't say anything yet, really.
And Iris, what was your question?
Oh, no, I was insulting him. It's fine. Continue.
Oh no, what did you say?
I said, right, because you're too much of a coward to show your own face.
I'm busy is really it. And this was my closest agent.
So, was it Signet that messaged me then, or was it you?
It was your precious Signet.
What business do you have speaking to him?
Don't tell me you have a proposal.
No, just a declaration. Just want you all to know that we will be considered allies moving forward.
For what reason?
Generally, an alliance has two parties that have agreed to it.
And the parties
Why should
have
we agree?
agreed.
What
We haven't.
parties would that be?
Considering you're about to be put in a position, Duke Sigib, in control of the kingdom,
Not
I've made
yet, and even then, not directly. Why does
I've
everybody
made-
keep talking like the king's already dead?
We're speaking about the future.
Why does everybody say that? What do you want?
Only to let you know that I will not be interfering with any royal business of any of the kingdoms.
Oh, really?
Why the change of heart?
A contract was made.
The
I
nature of this
intend
contract?
not to break it.
Yes, what was that contract?
If you must know,
I do.
We must.
We insist.
Sure.
I suppose because of all the trouble that was caused to many of you, I might as well give this information for free. The retinue, led by the little prince, made a contract.
Again.
No, the prince got out of his.
Oh, he got smart, did he?
Interesting. No, just died.
Ah, well. We'll make sure they ring the bells in celebration.
Oh, don't ring them too soon. He didn't stay that way.
Ah.
Someone was quick with a
The gods are
diamond.
never this kind to me.
No, it was, the Leonin compatriot. Redmane.
And what exactly is his end of the bargain?
Well, I granted him a small boon. And my promise that I wouldn't interfere with the kingdoms.
In exchange for?
I would work with my agents to rebuild Adelas. And if I don't hold up my end of the bargain, my life is forfeit.
Seems like an incredibly one-sided contract so far. What did Redmane promise you?
An object was returned to me.
Oh?
You seem like the man who owns a lot of objects. Why is this one so important?
Because this one would decide the fate of the world. And I haven't finished studying it yet.
Where did they even get something so important?
I retrieved it. Years ago. Deep below Varia.
No, really? What did it look like?
It was a helmet.
Oh, what does it do? Why is it so important?
I don't know what it does. All I know is it is a piece of Genesis. And I intend to study it. I already lost the ring.
Wait, I'm confused. You
The
said that you
Margrave's ring?
found it.
Yes, the Margrave's ring. It was taken from me.
How did you manage that?
I won't get into details, but that was also thanks to the little prince.
Sounds like quite a thorn in your side.
Nightingale,
Yes,
you met the prince, didn't you?
I have.
You think he'd be willing to tell us what happened, even if this fuckface here doesn't?
Likely. He'll either...
What I've heard, he has quite the blabbermouth.
Yes, he'll probably want to, well, not want to. It'll just come out about how he made the deal, or somehow someone else made the deal, and he'll go on some strange tangent. Perhaps he'll cry. There was a lot of crying when I met him. Not sure. But he did go on a lot of tangents, so he'll probably tell us if you don't. Would you like to seem dignified?
Do what you must. I have
Wait.
my contract.
I was confused because you said that you had the helm, but they gave it back. How did that happen?
Well, they took it first, and I asked for it back.
Seems like they must have squeezed you pretty good then.
Well,
Surprised they got the better of you.
Yes.
doesn't seem that bad. It kind of worked out, right?
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll try to find a way to weasel out of it and make the best.
Maybe
For
he
yourself.
turned a new leaf. Maybe he'll be a better person. I don't know.
I doubt that.
You know.
So so you're just going to study the helm?
Yes, I don't intend on putting it on.
Why?
Because he's smarter than that.
Because I saw what happened to the person who put the ring on.
Oh, and what happened?
They're currently on their way to you. Well,
to
where
us.
you're going.
Oh,
Maybe we don't need the prince after all.
maybe.
And I feel as if we're about to arrive at the point.
Yeah, why tell us all this?
We're heading somewhere where something you want is. You've suddenly requested this surprise meeting.
I would appreciate, and the world would appreciate, if you could retrieve the ring.
Why should we give it to you?
Yeah.
You do understand that we don't trust you as far as we can throw you.
That is understandable, but I will be keeping it safe.
From what?
From ever falling into the hands of the god of destruction.
Why
How
should
do
we
you plan
trust
on doing
you
that?
with that task?
I've had these artifacts for quite some time and have not used them.
Rykot had the ring before you.
Yes,
With the helm,
I took
I'll
it,
give you that.
and I stole it so that nobody else could use it.
And you lost one and nearly lost the other. That's not that great of a track record. Assuming
Our
you're telling the
defenses
truth.
will be quintupled.
And assuming you're telling the truth, that giving you a very large benefit of the doubt, if people know that you are holding these, you're just another target and you failed once already.
I can assure you, nobody will know.
How can you make good on this assurance?
Because of my new
Don't
alliance.
ask him that.
Because of your new alliance.
We are not going to agree to anything
Oh no,
at
yeah.
this moment.
I just want to know who this alliance is. Again, considering Hugh asked Signet to message me. You are not aligned with who I think you are aligned with, are you?
Your other whispers have recognized the alliance.
Lovely.
Well, we can verify that for ourselves.
I'm
We
sure
can
you were
indeed.
wondering why Eagle wasn't very forthright with his information.
I've only spoken to him recently. He said that there were all hands on deck, and that's all he really said, and that's all he needed to say. But is it because he was secretly shaking hands with you?
No, they led an attack.
Oh, okay, that sounds more like them. So hold on. I do need to put these pieces together. So this helmet was so important to you that you traded all of these things, including good behavior, for its return and safety. It's that important.
Yes,
And the ring is the same.
correct.
Okay.
Well, if the ring is that important, what do you know about it if we're going to be going after it? Not saying that we will give it to you, but it seems like you're in a bit of a pinch and need help. So, if you're trying to woo us to your side, by all means, wear your heart on your sleeve.
But of course, the man currently in possession of the ring is named Kiros. Kiros? Obligatory Kiros.
Just hear like an echo across the ocean.
Kiros. And he is, by all means, completely insane, driven mad by the ring.
All right, and what does the ring allow him to do? Or, I mean, is he dangerous without the ring? What are we walking into?
He is harmless without the ring. With the ring, however, even I couldn't hold him back. Granted, I also had to fight the retinue of the prince while fighting him at the same time.
You know, from what I've heard, they're less of a retinue and more Stockholm syndrome than loyalty at this point. Implying Stockholm exists in this world. But
well, just know that the ring has amplified his power and has given him essentially...
what power does he have?
It's given him essentially the ability to curse with his blood.
Now, see, when I want to curse, I just do it with my mouth.
You shouldn't do that, Gunny.
That's what we were thinking.
You're noble.
I'm the Duke. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
He was able to cut himself with a black blade and not die. Let's just put it that
Interesting.
way.
How can he die? Assuming he even can with the ring. Or is that going to be the I was going to say, like, the wrench in this plans, but I don't think wrenches exist in this world, so... is that going to be the hiccup?
They attempted to disarm him, but the ring said no.
That does not explain. Try again.
The ring gives him an armored carapace, so you cannot cut it off.
All right.
You would have to incapacitate him and somehow remove it yourself.
Would he be able to remove
Doable?
it?
I don't think you would want to remove it.
Right, but would he be able to? Is the
If somehow you could convince him, maybe.
Does he have?
Oh, good.
Does he have pride when it comes to fighting? Could we appeal to that to get him to take it off?
I don't know much about him.
What do you know about him?
Very little.
Right.
Apparently,
what do you know?
Apparently, he has a wife somewhere that was harmed in the attack on Adalas.
Anything notable or distinguishing about this wife? Otherwise, we are looking for one woman in a massive... I guess a smokestack, not a haystack.
He seems to believe that she's dead, while at the same time believing she's alive. Hence the crazy.
Did he ever give a name?
No.
Anything distinguishing about this Kiros fellow? If we were to make inquiries with anybody we know in Adalas, how would they identify him?
You technically can't. He's a changeling.
Ah, well.
Not any
God's
gestures
just-
or anything like that?
I'm sorry.
Not any gestures?
Probably look for the strongest guy in the area.
What's a changeling?
Somebody who can change their shape.
Just the shape or like how they look, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Could they give him a low gravelly voice?
that seems
for
really
example?
that seems really confusing. Huh.
It's handy if you're in whisper work.
I'm sure.
My understanding is that all of the changelings should be dead. I suppose a few of them probably slipped through the cracks.
It wouldn't be difficult, given their abilities.
Maybe they change into cracks.
Well,
In fact, there may be more changelings alive than we know.
So did he like? So why did he put on the ring in the first place? Did he want the power or something?
I suppose part of him did. It all happened so fast.
How exactly did they take the ring from right under your nose?
Well, there was a man who knocked it out of my hand.
That careless.
Who would this band lead? Go into battle with, I suppose. Anyone?
I assume it
one of
was
your
the
underlings or
same
something.
group that was with the prince, wasn't it? That would have
Right.
knocked it away.
You said a man. Was it someone in that group or someone different?
Yes, it was.
Let me guess.
One of the
Let me
prince's
guess. Was it
retinue.
the criminal fellow that the king dispatched with them? That fellow had quite the interesting story.
Yes, Bobby Blade.
You really let your guard down.
Not my proudest moment.
And then
Also
so
good.
they knocked it out of your hand, and then I'm assuming this Kiros feller picked it up, right?
Yes.
Then he just put it on.
That is the sequence of events, yes.
There's no way to like. I guess you said somehow convince him, but that seems difficult. I'm assuming they probably already tried.
If he was traveling with them, I
very-
imagine they didn't want their friend to, I don't know, go insane and steal a evil magical artifact.
Yeah.
The prince really wanted him to take it off, and it didn't work. So if
Did
you
it
can
seem-
somehow convince him,
I mean, we don't know him. If his friend couldn't, if, say, he was close to this prince fellow, then I don't think we could do anything. I mean, did it seem like when he tried to convince him to take it off that it didn't do anything at all? Or did it seem like this man still had some kind of control?
he did not seem like he was himself anymore.
Unfortunate.
That's kind of tragic, but it sounds like we're probably gonna have to kill him.
Oh well.
We'll do what's necessary.
I don't think the prince will be happy about that, but you guys don't
Oh
seem
well.
to care.
I'm
what
not
he-
very concerned with the happiness of the wayward prince of Armesia. There's too much hanging in the balance for us to hesitate.
Yeah, gee. Especially
If we have the
you.
opening, we take it.
Well, of course, I'm not. Yeah, we'll kill him, sure.
I'm not going to lie, Broker. This is not really enough for me. I don't like you. I don't trust you. You have given me quite a bit of information, which is valuable in our line of work, but I don't know. Something still doesn't sit right with me, and I don't know what it is.
Probably the fact that this fucker is responsible for a lot of the woes that have been visited on practically everybody in this room. Some way, shape, or form.
You know what they say? Let bygones be bygones. If he's gonna help us now, who cares? But I mean, he does seem pretty sus. But also, I don't see a reason why I'd lie to us about something like this, no?
Would you like an additional bonus information?
I like bonuses.
Sure.
Go for it.
Give me that sweet bonus.
Sweet bonus.
Bonus. Yeah.
Well,
Shout out to Crashman.
it's definitely something you would be really interested in. Are you really sure you want to know?
Now you're just teasing us. Come on.
You want me to trust you, at least in a smidgen of a sense, then do it.
How much do you know about Prince Oscar?
Unfortunately, more than I'd like.
I think I know that he kind of sucks and nobody likes him. I don't know. But he has done good things, so that can't all be that bad, I don't think.
Would you believe that he is actually a she?
Not
Eh?
really.
Wait, what? Nah, that's...
Prince Oscar was born a female, raised as a male because Iskander could not provide himself a male heir. He did not blame his wife, he blamed himself. Therefore, he raised young Oscar to be a prince.
Why keep up a lie like that for over, 20 some odd years? I get trying to remember
26.
26 some odd years?
Because of
And-
bloodlines, I would assume.
Well, yes, but then when the Sultan dies, like he has, and it's time for their heir to assume the throne, the populace has been lied to for decades. How do you even begin to shore up that succession if I don't think Armesia's ever had a ruling princess. Have they? Or do I need to roll history for that? Or
They did not. I don't think they did.
Sounds like something that happened at sleepaway camp.
Based on the book that Iris read, there was one before. It was a very long time ago.
It had become like a tradition,
I suppose
guess.
if there's no alternatives, they
Right.
might accept it, or a few enterprising, disgruntled nobles, generals might take the opportunity to try to further their own station.
So they mean
Why
to go
would the
in
Sultan be so reckless with something like this? Unless
they
he
mean
was
to go in
just
the
so thoroughly in
footsteps of
denial.
Sultana Lina.
Huh.
Wait, one more time? Go ahead and say that. I didn't hear it, but I'm pretty sure everybody else did, but I want to make sure
They
it gets
mean
heard.
so he/she means to follow in the footsteps of Sultana Lina. Then.
I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100% sure what Oscar is going to decide.
They probably haven't decided anything. Why?
Well,
why even flirt and try to hit on the Princess of Cordova when there's no possibility of that marriage furthering a
Nightingale will
dynasty?
literally look at Sigib. Bod. That's
They
bod.
treat their
mean,
duties to their crown and country with such dereliction. They would just spend the past 20 years literally and figuratively fucking around without coming up with any semblance of plan.
if you think about it, if you were raised, as the opposite gender, maybe it was their way of rebelling, I guess.
I suppose that's got to do a number on the psyche, but eventually the truth comes due.
Thinking of the truth, what else do you know about the royal line there? Baroka?
Depends on which part.
You know which part I'm referring to.
Ah. Yes.
So you do know.
I do.
What are you going to do with it?
Nothing.
I don't think there's anything he can do. It's not like he's in much of a position to cash in that information and make good on it.
Why would he spill this big secret test? Wouldn't that cause discourse in the kingdom if it got out? If we decided.
Yes, it would.
I am.
And he realizes that I, at least, am probably not going to invite this much chaos into the continent so recently after Armesia decides to march armies through half of the continent and slaughter tens of thousands of innocents.
So what are you going to do with that information then, Broker?
Nothing.
With what you've just told us about Oscar?
I am honor-bound to do nothing.
I see what you're doing. So since you can't do anything, you're telling other people, so then maybe they'll do something.
So you're just going to spread the word.
Of course
He's
not.
stirring the pot. He's stirring the pot.
That's what it sounds like.
It's what he does.
Wouldn't it be bad if we told people that, though? I feel like that's also not a good idea.
It would cause pandemonium in an already weakened kingdom.
I leave that up to you.
Shares a border with mine.
You leave what happens to the kingdom of Armesia to us.
I have no hand in it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you're not going to spread this information anywhere. You're not going to tell anyone aside from us. And you're not going to act on it.
Exactly.
Well, he said he couldn't act on it, I believe. That's why he told us.
I only
Right, I
told
understand.
you because you wished to know if I could be trustworthy.
I don't know, I feel like... Didn't you make a contract with their party, and then now you're telling us this? Maybe if
I
they
did
found
not
out...
make a contract to not spill that secret.
Okay. Yeah, but like that's
So
like a
therefore,
trust
I am
thing.
keeping up my end of the bargain.
So
If
I do have a
I
question.
wasn't, I would drop dead.
I have a question. So, like, if the prince decided to take the throne of Sultana, wouldn't that be difficult? Because, like you said, the people have been lied to all these years. I guess it depends on how they did it and how the people would take it, no?
I suppose it would depend on how much the people love Oscar.
How,
he's fucked.
how do his people see him? Or her?
They did
Very
manage to
mixed
expunge Xanax, even if their father was directly responsible for that kerfuffle, so
Technically heroes.
there's good and bad.
Armisi's in a super bad position. That
Due
sucks.
to, yes, the expungement of Xanax, that does put Oscar in more favor. They might even
26 years of
sidestep
bad
the
will,
lie.
though, versus one act of goodwill. I'm
Well,
sure that
it's-
the irony isn't lost on you, Broker, that it's very hard to gain trust even with one massively good thing happening.
Yes. On paper, that is preposterous. However, one can never account for mortal error.
True, which is why it simply depends on how wronged the people of Armesia have been by Oscar.
How wronged they feel.
Well,
Or
it
how
sounds like
wronged
you
they
said...
were.
It sounds like you said it was a mixed bag. So then... But then you said with Xanax getting killed, that puts them back in more favor with the people, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
I'd say maybe
Politics.
he worked his
Favor was
Hopefully the
only
people have short
lost.
memories.
short
Favor was
memories.
only lost because Oscar did run away.
Run away, and not to mention his mentality about people in general. I mean, it seems as if he just kind of chews people up and uses them like paper for the most part, at least from what I've heard of and what I've seen of him personally. Doesn't really seem to regard people too favorably in general. So
Difficult to make
depending on
internal alliances and show up your kingdom, if that's your modus operandi.
if he is able to get back that favor just on the act of one thing, saving the kingdom, then it's still not going to be an easy road for him, her. He'll have a lot of work to do.
Speaking of favor, so like you said that they died and came back. How did that work? Someone just resurrect them or what?
Probably had a diamond on hand or something.
No,
Well-
it was much more complicated.
Oh, do tell.
I'm curious too.
Needless to say, the prince is now a champion.
What? What? You're funny.
So
I
they
did
have
not-
no concrete succession plan, and they've planted a target on their back.
Champion of Phoenixia.
The irony in that.
Fate likes to fuck me over, doesn't it? Okay, well.
Has the Fohem arrived yet? I need a stiff drink and to fucking talk to him.
Wait, why does that fuck you over? Wait, why you don't? What?
I am not ready to talk about that.
Oh, okay.
But, you could do me one thing, Broker. One thing, and I will at least consider you not an enemy, but you're definitely never going to be a friend. What did you do with my father's debt? Do you still have it? By extension, it was Lionheart's.
Dead people have notoriously bad credit.
True.
I do still have it.
All right. What are you going to do with it?
Normally, I would collect, but
I don't really think you're in a position to collect.
There's nothing really to collect. Not anymore, at least.
That's what I thought. It doesn't happen to go down generation, does it? No generational debt.
Can't really sign a contract if you're not alive yet.
Just making sure.
We'll consider you debt-free.
Perfect. We never had one in the first place.
Cord.
We never had a debt in the first place, so I'm not shaking that hand. Nice try.
There's a cord right here.
Old habits die hard.
Cord, please do not volunteer.
Yes, no, you don't
Man,
want to debt.
politics hurts my head, but Oscar being actually a princess really puts things in perspective. Like their behavior. It's weird. I don't know.
I saw that behavior half of the students at the Eloquence College.
That's normal?
Not uncommon. That's fairly normal, except a little less mindless.
Bards are certainly a different flavor of life. I don't know.
Bards can be a different breed, for sure. But yes, I suppose, yes, we should get going.
More problems to add to the list, but unless anyone else needs anything else, we've got a wedding to attend.
We do.
Wait, your wedding's today?
Well, I mean, not today, but we need to get ready.
Basically, we want to get the hell out of here. Being in the room with you stifles the air.
Yes, and I don't think I really need to say, but just to be sure, you're not invited.
Didn't think I was. However, if you do require my services, I'm always available.
I think I'll go through my normal means, thank you.
Can I get a purple dress?
Your normal means will be through me.
Ask the princess. I guess I wouldn't know, like, what... I don't know, is there, like, specific colors or themes that they would use? Would purple work? Can we do purple?
Is there a certain theme? Well, as long as you don't wear... I'm pretty sure as long as you don't wear white. Because, like, only the bride's supposed to wear white. Isn't that, like...
I don't know if they even keep that tradition in this world.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally, wedding dresses weren't white. That was only popularized by Queen Elizabeth to show off her wealth.
Well,
so,
white's
I mean...
boring. So...
That, and I mean, she is a princess. She would be wearing, like, royal regalia and colors.
Like, what are the colors?
The royal blue of Cordova would make a wonderful wedding dress.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, Sigby, let's talk while we walk. I actually had questions about politics. I'm not very good at this.
I shall leave you to drink as you'd like. Congratulations on your union.
See, he's like cool now.
Congratulations on your defanging.
Thank you.
Did he get neutered more?
And he walks out of the tavern.
Anyway, so...
I don't really feel like drinking anything that was in the room with that guy.
I agree.
I would like to say my character actually did order food at the tavern and was eating the whole time. Because I was eating on camera. So I could imagine. But, okay.
So that is where we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We appreciate each and every one of you. And now they now know that the broker has a contract to not fuck with the kingdoms.
Isn't that convenient?
So, say hello.
Like we're up to date
to the new frenemy.
Frenemies.
We'll see.
Yes.
You have to earn that privilege.
Oh, the
benefits.
We're gonna start sparring with the broker.
Can I start sparring with the broker? Oh, I should have.
It'll be the unwilling type of sparring too.
He seemed like an Aldrin type, though.
When you wish upon a spar.
But until next time, well, I mean, we're getting down to the last few episodes of the season. So next we've got a wedding.
So that can't go. That'll go well. I'm sure nothing bad'll happen.
The second wedding in this whole campaign. So
yeah.
Don't worry, I won't complain if you guys ruin it.
No, and you notice no one's getting married in the other ones.
It's different.
I'm ready to object.
Yeah, it was really hard for me to not hold back to the need to defend all the Oscar slander. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna say it.
We're
Yeah,
hamming it
no,
up just a little bit.
You're in a very interesting position.
Yeah, I'm
To
just
hear
like,
shit being talked about your other character, and you're just like, he sounds like a dick.
Yeah, wow, he sounds horrible.
Different.
Good position for sparring.
I think it goes telephone to
I
you
think
guys.
it would be very interesting if he had, or I guess she, now that they know Oscar is a woman, met Sigib, but it'd just be like, you pampered little shit.
But there are 20 sides to every story. Come and be a part of ours. Thank you. Good night. We love you. Stay safe. And until next time,
in the big
on
castle.
land, in the big castle. Bye.